Right. I think. Let me just check this. According to this, I'm live. But can anybody hear me? Have I got any volume? Oh, I can see the chat now. Yeah. Is it Rory King? Back in the shirt. Cheers, mate. I've been trying to go live since 7:30, and it just kept giving me a picture of a cloud with a line through it, saying I couldn't go live. So I've been messing about. Jules is in. Ben's in. Ben's got his blue wrench. That's good. Any trolls, mate? Zap them. All right. Can everybody hear me? All right, because I had a problem with a microphone the other day. So I imagine if you couldn't hear me, you'd have told me by now. Yeah, that's good then. Everybody can hear me. Right, yeah. So I've got some stuff that I've been saving to open for tonight. Like I say, I set this up at 7:30. So excuse my voice, guys. I've still got my chest infection. I know what would cure it though. I'll just get rid of that. I even got my beers ready. And I thought at one point I was just going to be recording the video instead of going live. But we're there now. So I've got a monitor set up so I can read the chat. So it saves me messing about. Mohammed Hamdan. Is that Dirt? Hello. Gold Tooth in the ass. Earth, Wind and Fire as Betty from BT. I don't know, because I've got one of them Betty boxes with a blue line, and I kept looking at it and it was lit up. So every time I triggered it to go live, it gave me the buffer line. Then it said you are live, and then I was getting a picture of a cloud with a line through it saying try again. So I'm trying. Well, I've tried again. So anyway, we're live now. See how long this lasts. Jules, I was hoping to find the ice cream with the Baileys when I was shopping, but no luck. Ice cream with the Baileys. I had, what did I have the other night? I had a creamy thing. It was in a little bottle. The guy around the corner from me in the shop, he had them on special offer. So, yeah, Betty will be getting the girthy hammer from Daz. Yeah, I don't think it was my end. I don't know what it was. It's done it before when I've tried to go live, so I haven't got a clue. I might have to move this camera. Actually, no, because I've got a few things to open up. Haduko Productions. Yes, mate. The strong bears are out and are up for a good one here. Yes. Yeah, definitely. How long we giving it until the chat slides south? Oh, it won't take long. Won't take long with Gold Tooth in the ass. It's probably already gone south. Alright. I'm going to open this because this came When did this one come? What day was it? Saturday. I keep thinking it's Sunday, but it's Saturday, isn't it? This came Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Just got to be careful. I've lost my safety knife. I think I threw it away by accident. How's it going? Everything's going fine. Okay, old Gina, Olive Gina. I'm probably going to be pronouncing people's names wrong, but that's just how it is. Anyway, this is a game that I ordered because the guy did me a nice deal on this. Can't remember what I paid, but he let me have it off for like, I think he knocked £4 off the asking price, and it was already the cheapest on eBay at the time. So I just hope it's because he said it was good condition. eBay is great. It's very rare I have a problem with eBay. It's rare. I have had problems. I've had people try and rip me off. You know, but I've been on eBay for years. So the game is King of Fighters Maximum Impact. It's just a bit yellowing on the side, but I think they all go yellow. I think everyone that I looked at was a bit yellow on the side. So, so here we get an art book, and that looks in good condition. So I love reading through art books. Yeah. So yeah, we get the art book. Nice condition. It did say it was nice condition, and so yeah, it's the English PAL version. Anyone played King of Grifters 95? King of Grifters, that's double disc. I forgot about that. So yeah, we've got 2 discs. One of them is I think this one's the game. Yeah, that's nice condition. Yeah, that one's the game, I think. Yeah, because this one says bonus disc. So yeah, and that's nice condition as well. Yeah, so, obviously we've got a manual. Not much of a manual, but it's a manual. It's only about 6 pages. Actually, it's 4-page manual. Tasmo, hi Kev, how you doing, mate? I'm alright. I was getting a bit confused, well, a bit pissed off earlier because it took me around over half an hour to go live. So I'm thinking, put it on the shelf that way. But saying that, that's already yellow, so it's not going to make any difference. And it's only the cardboard sleeve. So I'm not bothered about that. I'm not one of these people that go after all cardboard, like a lot of other channels. It don't bother me. Origine Daz is a child. Is it? No, he's not. Or is it? Is Daz a child? So yeah, I'm happy with that. I don't think there's any way of getting rid of that yellowing, but I'm not bothered. Put that down there for now. Drink some beer. Plastic side is protected, but paper side out is annoying. Yeah. But I didn't buy it for the card, but like I say, I'm not one of these people that go after cardboard sleeves. It don't bother me. Not bothered. Even if it didn't have the cardboard sleeve, for the price I paid, I'd still bought it just for the game and the art book. Isaac 3, one of the sickest looking collection rooms I've seen. Yeah, I'm just loving it. I haven't finished yet, still got loads to do. I've got other ideas of where I can put things. This unit here, the one that my neighbour across the road gave me, they've got another one exactly the same with the 4 shelves, because I modified that one to fit the aliens. She says, because they're moving soon, so she says I can have the other unit when they move, which will be in about, she said, I think she says, this was last week, she said it's going to be about 3 weeks before they move. Any plans for Easter Sunday, mate? No. I think Bike Shed Boy's coming over tomorrow to see me with Alex, my grandson. So Mark sent me a message. He was going to come over today, but he sent me a message earlier saying he's leaving it till tomorrow. Are you partial to a nice steelbook? Not anymore. I used to be. I've got all of the steelbooks for the Xbox 360, and that's when I was into steelbooks. But no, I won't go out my way for a steelbook. Not anymore. I used to, but not now. No. I'm not one of these where I'm particular about a certain thing. If I see the game and I like it, I'll get it. Millsy, I've been getting into the Mafia games on PS4. I've been looking at them. I've been on YouTube looking at a few game reviews. Because I think it's a good thing. That's one of the reasons I like YouTube. Because if you see a game, just go on YouTube, type it in, somebody's playing it. It gives you an idea of what the game's like. Tom, you should look into an Asus ROG Ally or Steam Deck. Guys, when you get to my age, your eyes are not as good. And these little screen Steam Decks and whatever portables, they're too small. They're too small for me. I can't. I struggle. My eyes struggle. Ologini says Tom's trolling. Tom saying made me fall in love with gaming again. Still no sign of your yellow safety knife. Now, I think what I've done, I've opened some parcels. I've gathered all the rubbish and it's got mixed up, and so now I've got this dangerous one that I hate. I don't like these. They're horrible. I've got too many scars, slash wrists, all sorts. No, I've still Robert Shipley. I've still got the chest. I can't get rid of this chest infection. I've been struggling. Just after Christmas, I got what they call the norovirus. When that started clearing up, it left me with this chest infection, and I've had it ever since. And I think I'm stuck with it now. Or a bless, yo, access. Yes, I'm all good, mate. All good. Venom statue. Can you see it from there? I didn't think you could see it from there, to be honest. I don't know how much scope I've got. I can see the writing. And I've got a monitor set up just in front of the camera. But I'm not sure how far. In fact, let me just try something. My monitor's something like 5 seconds behind. I just want to see how far this pans around. Yeah, that'll do it. Now I can see. I can see the Venom statue now. I need to do a room tour soon as well. I'm due for another room tour, I think, because since my last room tour, there has been quite a few changes. How's my day been? It's been quite busy because it's one of them days where I go around and I clean up, and I really have to take my time, do it slowly, sit down. I've got a little chair where I sit on, clean my table, move my chair over to here, clean these, sort of thing, just pottering around. What do you enjoy more, collecting or gaming? Now, collecting, because I struggle to play games now. I've got arthritis in my hands. Like I say, my eyesight's not all that good. So I'm more into collecting. I used to be more into gaming than collecting, but now it's turned around. I'm more into collecting now. The dust, no, it's not too bad. It really isn't too bad because I don't really have, because you know these, I mean, nearly everybody has fitted carpets throughout the house. A carpet is a dust trap. It'll trap dust, and when you walk on it, the dust lifts. So if you look at my floor, it's black concrete all around the edges, and I've just got a giant rug in the middle. So the dust minimum in here is minimum. I hardly get any, to be honest. Rebecca Louise Boo just followed you. How are you? I'm all good. I'm good. Kev has a naked cleaner called Brenda. Need to clean twice a week. Kev's other collection is sexy gaming outfits for Brenda the cleaner. Yeah. Jules, you have ever played The Last of Us? I have, yeah, on the PS3. I played The Last of Us on PS3, completed it. Brilliant game, one of the best games ever made, in my opinion. I haven't played The Last of Us Part 2 yet. I think I've got that on PS4 Part 2. Yeah, Brenda is the Incredible Hulk. Okay, we go up from Portugal. Got Portugal in the ass. Kind of Crime Games, good to see you, Kev. Good to see you too, sir. Welcome. Everybody's welcome at Area 6. Crown of Command Games, Japan. We've got Japan in the ass. Hulk Hogan in a thong. The best thing I ever saw about Hulk Hogan was when Rocky picked him up and threw him out of the ring. Hot Brenda. We've got somebody in called Hot Brenda. How dare you? You playing any games? I am at the moment. What was I playing the other day? I was actually playing Meat. What's it called? Iron Meat. It's not a bad game. It's like a run and gun. like a Metal Slug type of thing. It's not bad. Are you still playing Ghost of Tsushima? No. It's one of them. I'll start a game and then I'll go on to another game, and before I know it, I forgot what I was playing originally, and then I just keep moving around. And the thing is, as well, my favourite console to play games is the 360. If somebody said to me, you've got to get rid of all of your consoles and you can only keep one console, I'd get rid of all of them except for the 360. Will you be buying the A1200 by Retro Games? A1200, is that an Amiga? Where is my Sega robe? It's drying. I've had to, because what I do when I start cleaning up around the house, I get a load of washing, put it all in the washer, then all that has to go on the clothes horse to get dried. So it's all on the clothes horse at the moment in the bedroom, airing off. Yeah, 360 rules. There's better games on the 360 than there is PS5, Xbox One. PS4's got some really good games. That PS4's got a really good game library, I think. It is indeed. Retro Games is a... I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not into any of these minis, because they brought out the mini NES, mini SNES, mini Mega Drive, and I can't be doing with them. I'm not into all these mini consoles. I'd rather buy the full-size real thing and collect the cartridges. Yeah, a lot of people do that. They'll get 360 controllers and use them on the PC. Peter Pettigrew, different times. Yeah. The thing is, though, when you think of the way consoles have evolved, they've to me, in a sense, I know it sounds weird, but it's like they've gone backwards. Because when the first computers like Amstrad's, ZX Spectrum Sinclairs, you had to wait for the tape to load. And then they brought out cartridges, which was automatic straight away, straight in play. And then they brought out the PS1, which put your disc in, a few seconds later play the game. Yeah, and now, put a disc in now, you got to wait for it to download. Although a lot of the time now, you can put the disc in, especially with the PS5, you can put the disc in and start playing it straight away while it's loading. But the problem is, if you catch up with its loading time, the game will cut off, and then you've got to wait again for it to... So, yeah. Yeah, I've still got my chest infection, so I'm coughing quite a lot still. I'm trying to keep it lubricated. Yeah, Gold Tooth, the first bad loading was a Neo Geo CD. Yeah, it was. Still can't beat putting in a C64 cassette in and waiting for the tape to stop and nothing happens. You get like 90% through of the loading screen and then it crashes. And you have to do it all again. Brenda once hooked up my Mega CD to a 6 machine. Dad's just 57. He's a bit younger than me. Wife still asks me when I'm going to grow out of video games. Never. I'm nearly 60 and I'm still into them. Yeah. Till the day I die. And then all of this goes to my sons. They can do what they want with it, sell it, do whatever they want. No good to me. I'm just borrowing it while I'm alive. And to be fair, I think if I didn't have anybody to leave this to, I'd probably be selling it all by now, getting rid of it all. I won't be as collecting like I am now if I didn't have my sons. Retro Ruins, I started collecting old LCD games to make series with, but they are mental prices for a lot of them, 70 quid a pop. Gonna hurt my bank balance, yeah. The problem with all of the old retro games, like Mega Drive, SNES, the prices, everybody's in that age bracket that was alive during the 90s, and then you get to my age, whereas I don't go into the nostalgia thing. I don't get dragged into the nostalgia trap. Most people get dragged into the nostalgia trap. Well, I've got to have this because I had this when I was 10, 15 years old. So then you get where tons and tons of people are collecting them. They all want the same thing, so the price stays up, the demand. Yeah, go to if you have. Yeah, you got 3 collection rooms. I haven't done myself apart from new stuff. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm just going after newer stuff now. I don't think I'll be clear. I've got a box in my storage cupboard of PS1 games. I don't know how many's in the box. There's quite a few in there. I'll be digging that out over the next few weeks because I don't think I'm going to be collecting any more for the PS1. I think I'm done with them. I've got everything I need, everything I want. Got most of the biggest titles that you can get. So yeah, and like I say, this I feel that I'm borrowing all this. This is borrowed because you can't take it with you when you go. And I'm enjoying it while I'm borrowing it. And like I said, there's no fixed rules of when I'm gone. Kevin, Michael, whatever they want to do with it, sell it. Let's sell some money, go on holiday, buy a car, do whatever they want. Dad says, I don't collect for nostalgia. I just still have the stuff I had when I was a kid anyway, especially the computer stuff. Yeah, I don't. No, I'm not. I've never been one for nostalgia. There's only 2 games that I had nostalgia for, and that's because there was my mum's favourite games while she was alive. And one of them was Super Smash TV, which I've now got on the shelf. And what was the other one? The other one she played the hell out of as well. I can't remember what it was called, but it's up there somewhere. Camps, cool stuff watching from Kansas. Oh, we're global, guys. We've gone global. Ben says he's going through his collection with his girlfriend now. The Halo series is next. What, are you collecting the Halo series or? I think I have all the retro games I want. Yeah. Bike Shed Boy's in the house. You're coming over tomorrow, aren't you? Mr. Bike Shed Boy. Yeah, my mum, she played games. She had a Super Nintendo. She had a PlayStation 1. My mum passed away in 2007. So 18 years ago, my mum went. So she just about missed out on the PS3s and the 360s. I think she had a PS2 at one point. I'm sure she did. I'm sure she had a PS2 at some point. Yeah. I used to, nearly every time I walked into my mum's, used to go, because my mum only lived down the road from where I lived at the time. So I used to call in after work every day. And I knew that as soon as I walked in, she'd be there playing a game. Super Smash TV. She got really good at it as well. I used to sit watching her play it. John Paul, otro argento, saludos, compadre. Yeah, I went to. I always remember my mum used to like going to places like jumbo sales, the odd charity shop, and it was on a Saturday. She phoned me up and she goes, "There's a jumbo sale down at the church just down the road. Do you fancy nipping down?" So I says, "Yeah." Anyway, went in, and I'm at one end of the looking for the jumbo. She's at the other. And she comes over to me with this box, and she goes, "Is that worth getting?" And it had a PS1 in the box, and it had some games with it. It had the only game I can remember that was with it was the Super Pan collection, and my mum did play Super Pan on the SNES, so it was the Super Pan collection game that caught her eye. So anyway, there was a label on top of this on the PS1 saying needs attention, and obviously at the time I was an electronics engineer, so I said to her, I says, "Buy it." I says, "No, I'll repair it," and I think she got it for a couple of quid. She paid £2 and got the old box. Everything was there. Another normal Yorkshireman, Wayne, Barry, Ken. So yeah, I said to her, "Buy it." I says, "When we get back to your house, we'll set it up, and whatever's wrong with it, I'll repair it." And yeah, there was a capacitor on the power supply. It leaked, the electrolytic capacitor. So straight away, I goes, "There's the problem. It's leaked. That capacitor's leaked." So I said to her, "Leave it till Monday. I'm at work. I'll get a capacitor from work and I'll fit it." Got home from work Monday night, straight to mum's, fitted this capacitor, and the console was perfectly working order. Yeah, another normal Yorkshireman, Wayne, collecting names, like collecting PS1 games. So yeah, and the thing is as well, that PS1, she had it for years. She had it for years. At one point as well, I even chipped it. So she could get cheap games. My mate's mum used to play with my joystick. I won't say that to a lot of people. Mind you, if saying that, if your mate's mum was good looking, ambiguous gender, BA volley. His mate's mum used to play with his joystick. Yeah, that Super Pan collection for the PS1. That's nearly £100 now, I think. It's like 70, 80 quid. And like I say, back in the day, my mum got it for, she got the whole lot for a couple of quid. She's got the PS1. I think there was 5 games in the bundle. She's got 2 controllers, all the leads. Yeah. And like I say, that Super Pan collection, I've got it. I'm not sure if it's on the shelf or it's in I need to get that box of games out of storage because I can't remember what's in there. I know that there's what are they called? I'm trying to think what's in storage now. The two medievals, medieval 1 and 2, they're going to be in there because they're not on the shelf. Vigilante 8 and Vigilante Second Offence, they're going to be in storage because they're not on the shelf. So there's quite a few games in there that's got to come out. There's Cryptos, Cultures Kick-Ass. Yeah, they're from Destroy All Humans. That one's the first one on PS4, and the top one's on the PS5. Destroy All Humans 2. They're getting harder to find as well now. I think there's one. I think that one, the PS4 one, is on eBay at the moment, and the guy's asking about 150 quid. Jules, I found my sister's original Nintendo and N64 controllers. Yeah, you'd be surprised what's in people's cupboards and, under the stairs. Goblin Retro's in the house. How's it going, my man? I wish I didn't sell Vigilante 8 years ago. What a game. Yeah, I played it, Vigilante, on the PS1. I played it on the Nintendo 64 as well years ago. Vigilante 8 Second Offence. I didn't have the first one. I had the Second Offence on the Nintendo 64. And I've got it, which I did. I played it years ago on the PS1, and it's somewhere in. I used to have the Halo 3 Master Chief helmet, but I sold it. I keep putting myself off getting that because I've got nowhere I want to display it really. Because to me, it's just a helmet with a game pack inside. There's other collector's editions I'd rather have at the moment that I've been looking at. In fact, I'll open that one in a minute. But while I was rummaging through the storage cupboard earlier, I'll show you this. I come across this box, and for the life of me, guys, I ain't got a clue what's in it. There's nothing written on it. It's all sealed. It's just got a label there saying giftware, and it's quite heavy. And so I dug it out, and this will have been in there for years, probably since I've lived here. So we'll open that one later. So I'm curious to find out what that one is. I know what that is. We'll open that up in a bit. Jay, yeah, hey mate, I hope you are well. I'm all right. It's just this chest infection I'm struggling with at the moment. Are you a fan of the Killzone franchise? I am. I've got Killzone 1 and 2. I've got the first Killzone, which obviously came out on the PS2. Killzone 2 came out on the PS3. And then PS3 released a HD collection, which is really expensive now. So I ain't got that one, and I won't pay that price. What people are asking. You can buy all three in a pack on the PS3. But they're asking like 140, 150 quid for the pack. Goblin Retro are doing great. Gabe, cheers. Never tried Second Offence. Yeah, it's good. Second Offence is good. Alexander, I was wondering if you are a fan of the Siphon Filter series. I think I only played one Siphon Filter game, years ago, and I can't remember which one. I'll tell you what I do like, what a lot of people slate, and I think they're really good. And it's the Tom Clancy games. I do like Tom Clancy games. Rainbow Sixes and all them. I think they're good. What was the one I played not long ago? Blacklist. Played Blacklist not long ago. Tom Clancy's Blacklist. Yeah, I have the trilogy Killzone pack. Got it for a good price, 65 quid. That's cheap. I've seen it, even sold listings on eBay. It can fetch well over £100. Yeah, Splinter Cell games. I like them. I think it's really good. I think a lot of people. It's like I've watched obviously I watch gaming channels, and I've come across channels where they've actually slated them, saying, "Oh, Rainbow Six is a crap, Blacklist is crap." I'm thinking each of their own. My favourite game on 360 was Ghost Recon. Yeah, I've got that game. Yeah, got it some of this somewhere. I need to alphabetical order all my 360s. Elder Scrolls Oblivion is being remastered. I didn't know that. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Doom PS4 games at the moment, worth a lot if you haven't played them yet. I've got the Doom collection on my shelf, on the PS4 shelf over there, but it's sealed, and I just can't bring myself to open it. Yeah, I agree with that. The last one or two of the Splinter games weren't bad, but yeah, the first three was the best. I played Splinter Cell on the Fat DS. Is that the Doom Anthology box? It's the collector's edition anthology box set with the collector's thing inside it. To be fair, I've got that on order, and now I've got the anthology on the shelf, but it's just in its normal. I recently found Xbox Steel Battalion controller locally mint and boxed. I sold that. I had that long before I had this channel. I never played it. It just stayed in its big, massive green box. I remember trying it once, and I had it all set up because it's about that long, and it's got all these millions of buttons. I just couldn't do it. Any new releases you're looking forward to? The obvious one is GTA 6, but I don't know. The lefty woke box ticking society, if they've had out to do with it, it's probably going to be crap. What are your thoughts on discs being resurfaced? Yeah. I've got a problem with that. If they can be resurfaced, if the scratches are not too deep, clean them up. Metal Gear Solid Delta. I didn't know there was. Is that a new Metal Gear Solid then? A new one coming out? I didn't know. GTA 6 will be massive. It's rumoured for a September release. This September. I thought they'd put it off till 2026. I weren't sure. People say different things. Yeah, hopefully, if it's out in September, I'll grab it, get it on the PS5, and I'm hoping it's going to be physical release. If it's digital only, then that might put me off. I might just look at some gameplay of it on YouTube before I make my mind up. But I really am hoping, because the gaming companies are crafty now as well, because on some games, they'll give you a digital release, and then 6 months down the line, they release a physical copy. So most people have already bought the digital. I don't. The only game I've got right now that I play that is a digital release is on the Xbox One, and that's because I play it with my son Kev and his cousins, because we've all got Xbox One, so we've all downloaded that game, and that is Trivial Pursuit 2. Whether I laugh on that. Hoping to be able to buy a PS5 this year. You'd thought the prices would have come right down by now, wouldn't you? But it's still stupid prices at the moment. Even that one I've got, that Slim, PS5 Slim, they're still 350 quid for some reason. I don't know why. What is Switch 2 priced in the UK? I don't know. It's probably about 500-600 quid, isn't it? I am bothered with any Switch. My son Kev, he's got a Switch, and he don't really use it. Yeah, I've never been. Even if I had a Switch, I wouldn't use it as an handheld. I'd run it like a console through the TV. Alejandro, cheers, my man. Nice room, yeah. It was one of them as well. Before I started my channel, I thought I want a games room, and because I live here on my own, and this is a bungalow, there's no upstairs. I thought instead of having the bedroom as a games room, I may as well just turn my whole living room into a games room. So I did. Mrs. has pre-ordered me the Switch 2 with Mario Kart World digital copy for my birthday. Not a massive fan of physical, but it looks right. The overall gaming market is moving more and more that way to, yeah, digital. That's where it's going into it. My son's, well, Bike Shed Boy's got some games, physical, but my other son Kev, typical gamer, all his games I think are digital download, because he don't collect games. He plays games. He's always playing games. It's on his Xbox One every night. He's got the Series X. Have you played Dead Space PS3? I've played Dead Space on the 360 and completed it. I've got it on PS3. I think it's sealed. Ground of Command Games. Thanks to you, Kev, I started buying physical copies of games. Yeah, it's the best way. You can't beat it. Because I tell you what will happen. What will happen. Once they stop producing physical games and all you can get is digital downloads, what will happen is there'll be a massive panic buy of physical games. Honestly, they will. So you're better off getting them while you can, because as soon as they go physical, I'm not worried. I'm not bothered. I've estimated I've got nearly 3,000 games, and there's still loads of them I've never played. Tons of them. You know, you're just not going to get around to playing 3,000 games, I don't think. Yeah. So, what's my favourite game on the N64? The best game I think I've played on the N64 was Mario 64. I think that was the main one. I think there's better games. There's better games on the SNES, on the Super Nintendo, than there is the N64. The N64 didn't come out with a lot of really good games, I don't think. Have you goals to complete a full set? No, I'm never going to go for a full set of anything. I just collect it. If I see a game, I don't mind playing that, I'll get it. Because I'm collecting for how many consoles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm collecting literally for 9 consoles altogether. Yeah, PS1, PS2, PS3, Xbox 360, PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Super Nintendo, GameCube, N64, and I've got a Nokia Engage up on the shelf, which I'm if I could, they're getting hard to find them games. Yeah, Mario on the N64. I thought it was brilliant. I loved it. I have about 6 physical games, so a long way to go. Ocarina of Time and Diddy Kong Racing. I've got Ocarina of Time up on the shelf. I've never played it. It's been on the shelf. I've had it years, but I've never played it. Don't fancy a PC Engine or Neo Geo. Me personally, I don't, because, like I said, I've got too many consoles to collect for now. It's rated one of the greatest games ever made, but Ocarina of Time. I've heard a lot of good things about Ocarina of Time. I've heard it's a fantastic game. I might just get it off the shelf one day, plug it in, and I do that sometimes. I just do random things sometimes. I've got a backward compatible PS3 boxed up on the shelf, complete boxed. That's ready for a service because I repaired that years ago. And the problem with them old consoles now, the heatsink compound dries up, goes hard. So they're all coming in up now for a service. Strip them down, take the heatsink off, clean them up, put some new compound on, put it back together, and it'll be good for another 10-15 years. Oh, and I've just brought a brand new battery for it as well, the clock calendar battery. So I've got a brand new battery to put in it when I do the service. I'm not going to do a video of the service. There's no point. People are not interested in that sort of thing anymore. So I'm just going to do a service. I'm not going to use it. It's just going to be shelved. There's no point using it. I've got a PS3 set up over there. My PS2 obviously plays PS1, PS2 games. PS3 plays PS1 games. I managed to get South Park Show Day Collector's Edition for a good price the other day, been after that for ages. Which one have I got? I can't remember. I've got the Stick of Truth up on the shelf for the PS4. Are you excited for the Oblivion remake? I didn't know there was an Oblivion remake, but yeah, I'll definitely be looking into that one. You ever had to replace any batteries in any SNES games? I ain't got any batteries in my SNES games. I didn't think they put batteries in SNES games. I've never come across any. The save. I've got SNES games where you can save the game, and it's just got an extra chip on the board, a save chip. Right, let's get this open because I want to check this. This came. When did this come? I can't remember now. I hope they get rid of the level scaling in Oblivion remake. Yeah. Did Sam and Pooh ever apologise to you? Sort of. They kind of like laughed their heads off while they was apologising, which I thought was quite funny. They was apologising at the same time as laughing their heads off. Yeah. Any love for Tomb Raider, Kev? I found these strategy guides for Tomb Raider 3 and Chronicles in my favourite game shot earlier. Being going down, a bit of a Lara Croft. Which one have I got on the shelf? I've never played it. I've got the survival kit. Tomb Raider. It's over there. I can't see it from here. God, I hate this knife. I'm scared of it. They won't touch the music in Oblivion. No, I don't think they will. I don't think they're going to risk ruining it by changing anything, really. There's no point. The original voice actors, I don't know. They might. It depends if. I mean, that's quite a. Is it not? How old's that game now, Oblivion? I've got it on the 360. I can't remember how old it is now. 19 years old, is it? Bloody hell. Yeah, it's got to be. If it's not physical, I don't think I'll bother with it. Jules, I found the controller for the Wii was difficult for me to get used to. Not for the sports games, but the eventually. I've always said it, and I don't care who it upsets. The Wii is the worst console ever made. I hated it. I had one, and I hated it. I really did. The controllers. Oh mate, no. I got rid of it. I had quite a few games with it, and I just sold it all off and never played it. If they made the Wii with a normal controller, I'd still have one. But all these nunchucker things, and then sometimes you load a game with that, and then you've got to switch to that controller, and then you've got to play with both, or whatever. Oh mate, no. It was horrible crap. Right, I don't know if you can guess what this is just by the shape. But yeah. Yeah, it did. I had all the controllers. I had a normal controller, but certain games required certain controllers. So that's what put me off. Otherwise, like I said, I'd probably have kept it. And my Wii as well. My Wii was modded. It had about 500 games built into it on like a little memory card plugged into the front. PS1 games, N64 games, everything was in there. So I just sold it all off. You can play original Xbox games on the 360. Yeah, some of them. Yeah, you can. Got to be careful with this because if you go too deep, you'll damage it. Yeah, it's like this up good. Oh yeah, this looks nice. Looks better, a lot better than mine. Oh, actually, pull that through. Alright, share that, guys. That's my new gun stock for my rifle. That looks like new. That's going to be well nice, that is. It's got the trigger housing. Roger Retro, a question I wanted to ask, how come you don't collect for the older cart-based systems? To be honest, guys, my age, right, I'm nearly 60 years old, so when everybody who's in their 40s right now, they grew up with the Master System, they grew up with the Super Nintendo. Even though they was around, because obviously I'm nearly 60 years old, they was around at the time when I was out looking for girls. I didn't bother with games. So I've got no nostalgia for them at all. I was too busy with girlfriends, to be honest, than game systems. Because most of you guys, I watch a lot of gaming channels, and most of you are in your 30s, 40s, some 50s. So you lot would have grew up. You lot would have grew up with all the Master Systems and, you know, yeah. Whereas, like I said, I was I was 19, 20 years old, 18, 19, 20 years old when they was around. So yeah, I was out every day and night. Yeah, looking for women. I didn't mess about. So yeah, can't wait to sort this out. Got a safety catch there fitted. Definitely around the late 80s and 90s. I was 80s and 90s, mate. I was in the nightclubs, chasing achievements before they were. Yeah. So yeah. So like I say, every I get it. All you gamers who are in your 40s, you was like 10 years old with a Master System and, you know, stuff like that. So you had time to. Like I say, I'm nearly 60 years old, so I was way into my 20s when the PS1 come out. mean, my son's bike shed boy, he's 38 this year. So he's your lot's age. So he grew up with all Master Systems and PS1s and and my other son, he's 35. Jay, Kev smashing anything with a pulse. That's what he did back in the day, mate. You get to these clubs and pubs and so yeah, I've got obviously I've got SNES, I've got the Nintendo 64. I have got cartridge games on the shelf. My gaming era started with the PS3, Xbox 360 and onwards, because by the time they was available, I think the PS3 came out in 2007, same as the 360. Yeah, Roger, you're 45, you see. I'm nearly 20 years older than you, mate. 45, well, 15 years older. And of the PS, was the thing, was stretching and stretching. So, yeah. So yeah, I kind of missed out, really, when you think about it. Yeah, I did. So Master Systems, which is why I get it when I watch all these channels where they're collecting Master System games, and I get it because they're aged like Tony Fighter. He's early 40s. He's in his just turned 40ish. So he was around that era at that time. And you know, Marcus Phoenix is in the house. In the 80s, I spent half my money on sex, drugs, and rock and roll, another half I raced. Yeah, same. Yeah. Like I said, I was in the pubs, the clubs. You know, even Wayne, another normal Yorkshireman, he's 41, so I'm nearly 19 years older than you, mate. So I feel jealous, really. I wish I was in my 40s and I was able to collect for the Master Systems, and you know, because people say that some of the games are fantastic, and you know, all the arcade style games. I missed out on all that. So yeah, Time Warp Gaming. Yep, Kev, hope you're well, mate. I just can't get rid of this chest infection. Just can't shift it. It's not very good. But yeah, so that's my new gun stock ready. I'll be fitting that to my gun tomorrow, getting it ready for the old target practice. I've been setting up my thingy in the garden, my target practice thing. There was a guy, the last video I did, there was a guy came in the comments and he said to me, he says, I live in Ireland. He says, and he says, my missus watches all these Mrs. Brown's boys and Dubliners. He says, I'm going to send them all to you so you can kill them. I said, yeah, send them in. I'll line them all up. Mrs. Brown's boys, they can all have. Time Walk Gaming, I like your lad's channel with the mountain bikes, good stuff. Yeah, he's brilliant. There's nothing he can't repair. He's got every tool. Yeah, there's nothing he can't repair on bikes. Roger, so what you reckon is Kev's shit counter sunk? I don't know what that means. I like that channel, but yeah. Love the channel, just chill. What's your lad's channel, mate? I collect mountain bikes. His channel is called Bike Shed Boy. He's in the chat somewhere. He came in earlier. Yeah, Bike Shed Boy. His name's Michael, but his channel was called Bike Shed Boy. Basically, his workshop, he built it all himself, built it all by hand. He's got it all set up. He's got every tool to do with bikes. A lot of the stuff I've never seen before. I wouldn't have a clue, to be honest. Jay, what's your lad's channel, mate? I collect mountain bikes and have loads of stuff you can have for free. Yeah. He's in the chat somewhere. If he's still in there. He came in earlier and said hello. Was you a raver per se? Yeah, sort of. Yeah. One of my main places I used to love going to is Rock City in Nottingham. I used to love Rock City. You can guarantee, there was like 4 or 5 floors. You can guarantee that by the time you've gone from the first floor up to the 3rd, 4th, you've already pulled a woman. Guaranteed. If you haven't, there's something wrong. We used to say that. We used to say to them, right, if you haven't pulled by the time you get to the 3rd floor, there's something wrong with you. Do you like the Metroid games on Xbox, GameCube? I only ever played one, and that was years ago, and that weren't even mine. Somebody had it, and I borrowed it. Jules, I'm 57. We had the PS1 and PS2 on a Friday after work for Saturdays. We will go down to Blockbusters or rent out here. Yeah, Blockbusters. Yeah. I smashed them. Right, guys, this is no word of a lie. Yeah? Where I lived, just down the road, there was a Blockbusters. And I went in one day looking at the games. I took 2 games to the counter. I had a Blockbusters card, membership. And I couldn't find it, my membership card. But I'm thinking, well, the guys in the shop know me. So I thought, I'll go around without my card, because I didn't know what I did with it. So anyway, I take these 2 games to the counter, and the bloke looks at me and he says, I can't serve you, mate. He says, and you're barred. I was like, what? What do you mean I'm barred? He says, you're barred. He says you came in a few weeks ago, you took 5 games and never brought them back. Mate, that was it. I kicked off. I goes, mate, I've never come here and took 5 games. Anyway, I got into a massive argument with him. And in the shop, they had like a centre aisle with loads of like stands full of games and all sorts. I just started smashing it up, yeah. And the guy's behind his counter phoning the police. Next thing, the police come to, this was back in the 90s, police come to the shop, arrest me, takes me to the police station. I'm still kicking off at this point, calling this guy a liar and all this, like trying to stitch me up. So anyway, in the end, it all turned out that my brother, who did look like me, he nicked my card, went and took 5 games, got 5 games out on my card and sold them to his mates. So yeah. But the guy in the shop thought I was him. He thought I was my brother. And because I smashed the shop up anyway, I still got barred. So the police did ask the shop manager if he wanted to press charges for the damage, but he said no. Because I said to him, I said, I actually said to the guy, I said, if you press charges, mate, you'll come to work in the morning, this shop, and all your windows will be gone. So I think that's why I didn't press the charges. So I got away with it, even though I didn't do nothing in the first place, because I didn't nick the games. My brother did. So yeah. And that's... Yeah. Well, the police tried to tell me that I caused like £5,000 worth of damage or something to the shop. I didn't really care, to be honest. Accusing me, one of the worst things you can get accused of is theft. If you know you haven't done it, and somebody stood there blatantly calling you a liar, a thief. So I said to him, I goes, watch. Yeah, smash this shop up. Did your brother get done? No. And I'll tell you for why as well. Because at the time he was claiming no fixed abode. So even though we knew where he was living, nobody could find him. The police couldn't find him because there was no fixed abode. They asked me where I was. I said, it's probably on the street somewhere. I don't know. We'll go and look around town. So anyway, the police just left it and gave up. CEX ripped me off years ago. I used to buy games online and swap them with my shitty condition kit to get a refund. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I will admit to is there used to be another shop called Telesim, and he used to sell TVs. In fact, I worked for him for a while, doing some TV repairs and video recorder repairs. And there was one day I was looking through his window, and there was this young couple, and they was looking at this certain video. I think it was a Fisher video, and my mate who was with me, I said to him, I says, go in and tell him I've got one exactly the same for sale. And I think at the time, this John who worked at Telesim was asking for 199 quid for this video machine. I says, go in and tell him I've got one for £100. So he did. Anyway, this couple come out of the shop, and this John followed them out, tried to give me loads of math about nicking his customers or something. I just told him to do one. I says, look, mate, you're trying to sell him one for 199 quid. I've got one for 100 quid. Who's ripping them off? So yeah, they come down to my house and bought it. Yeah, picked up Mr. Coos the other day for 30 quid. It looks interesting. Cheers for it. Yeah, it's a cheap, good game. You get all that stuff as well inside the collector's edition. Brilliant. The vinyl record. John says, God damn, your room looks stacked with all kinds of goodies. Much of good. Yeah, I'm just living the life before I die. I'm just, like I said, this is all borrowed. I've just got this while I'm alive, and then everything goes to my sons. Can't take it with me. I would if I could. So yeah, that Mr. Coup. I haven't played the game yet. I haven't got around to it, but I will at some point. It's a point and click. The game is. It's a point and click game, and it does look interesting. I think it's only something like a 2 hour game to complete, start to finish. I was surprised about that with Matthew Riley 85. We used to swap the price stickers years ago on the PS1 game. I did that. I admit, I have my hands up. I've done that myself. Never got caught. No, I never got caught. The stuff I had no idea. They didn't. Maybe they weren't even bothered. You know. I used to rent out. I used to go to a Blockbuster, rent the latest video film, record it, pirate copy it onto a normal, and then swap the inside. So I'd have the original, and the shop would end up with the pirated copy inside the box, and my copy would be perfect because it was theirs. Yeah, you got a record player too, yeah, so you'd be able to play the vinyl. There's another collector's edition. I can't remember the name of it. It's totally gone out of my head, and I keep trying to think of it. I looked at it, and it's got a vinyl record in it, but I just skipped through it, and then I can't even find it on my. I didn't even put a save thing on it in my tablet. I used to take the PSP batteries from Target. They were always plugged in, so no one would be on the wiser. I tell you what I did as well, guys. And when I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, there was no CCTV. Back in the 70s, back in the 1970s, there was no cameras anywhere. All in the city centre, all security guards was big, massive, fat blokes, so they couldn't run. I'm a skinny little kid, mate. They ain't catching me. I was Speedy Gonzales. And anyway, I was at school one day, and a teacher called, I think his name was Mr. Dakers at Greenwood Comprehensive. I was walking down the corridor, and he come up. He kind of like walked up to me, spotted me from. I seen him looking at me, thinking, "What does he want?" Anyway, he says, "Can I have a word with you?" I says, "Yeah." He says, "I've heard you go nicking in town, shoplifting." I says, "So?" Because I did, I'm a little kid, I didn't care. So anyway, he says, "I want a digital watch." I'm like, "So you want me to knit you a digital watch?" He says, "Yeah, I'll pay you." So anyway, he goes, "Oh, all right." I says, "I'll go in at weekend." So Monday morning, so I went in town. It was I got him one of them with a calculator. It was an LCD screen. It was a big gold-coloured looking thing, and it had all black buttons, and the alarm made noises, So went to school on the Monday. Found Mr. Dakers. I says, "Mr. Dakers, you got a minute?" So anyway, went. Used to have what's called a top yard, and nobody ever went in top yard. So anyway, me and Mr. Dakers walked up to top yard. So I got this watch out in my pocket, showed it him. He went, yeah. He says, "What are we looking at for this then?" Now, in the 1970s, 20 quid was a lot of money. And I said to him, 20 quid and it's yours, mate. So anyway, so he's got this watch, all brand new. So he passes me the 20 quid. I'm happy, he's happy. It was about a week later. He goes, says, "Can you get any more of them watches?" I says, "How many do you want?" He says, "I want another two, £20 each." So I says, "Yeah." I says, "It's on." I says, "Come weekend, I'll go into town, I'll get another couple." So anyway, I got him another two. So I made another 40 quid. So yeah, he had 3 digital watches. He was well happy. I mean, this was 1970. There was one time I'd got a watch in my pocket, digital watch. I think it was from Dixon's. And where the shop was, there was like a runway going across the street, right? High up. So like you go up an escalator, you can go across and come out the other end. So now I see this security guard eyeing me up, and I'm thinking, he knows. So now I start walking towards this escalator. Anyway, thinking, yeah. And this security guard was massive, guys. He ain't running. He ain't running for life. So anyway, I'm at one point, guys, no word of a lie, yeah. So I'm running up this escalator, and I can see him. He's sweating to death, holding on to the side rail, coming up the escalator. Guys, this is how much I could take the piss out of him. At one point, I'm running backwards, laughing at him. I'm going across this thing here, running. I'm thinking, he's miles away. So I've like turned around and running backwards, going, "Come on, then." I'm like 10 years old, and this guy's like in his late 40s, and he's massive. He's guts out here. Yeah, no chance. Yeah, so. And the best thing is as well, just outside the school, there was an old man who we used to call Pigeon Man. Now, me and my mate Billy, we was coming out of school one day, and he come out of his house. He says, a little bird tells me that you go shoplifting around town. I says, "Yeah." So anyway, he says, "How about getting me some pigeons?" I was, "What, real pigeons from town?" He went, yeah. He says, "I breed them." He says, "And then I raise the chicks." whatever they're called, to race them. He used to race pigeons. So anyway, he says to me, yeah, I said to him, I says, how many do you want? So anyway, it got to where we was often going in town, because the way we used to collect the pigeons was, you used to buy a bag of chips, tease them with a couple of chips, get loads of pigeons round us, and we used to take our coats off, throw them over the pigeon, wrap them up and put them in a bag. And then we'd be off taking them to Pigeon Man. Just well, good morning, Kev. Love from South Auckland, New Zealand. Yeah, we got everybody in the house tonight, guys. So yeah, got to the point where this Pigeon Man, the more say, you used to pay 50p for each grey pigeon, and you say to us, if you get a white one, he says, I'll pay £2. He says, I need white ones. He says, because he'd got enough grey ones, so he wanted white ones. He wanted light brown coloured ones, mixed brown and whites. So yeah. Kev's big stretch. Kev's on the beers. Where's your son? Bike Shed Boy's in the chat somewhere. He was earlier. I am on my own tonight, guys. Even Bones is sat over there. He's abandoned me. Yeah, even places like Argos and Curry's and places like that, they used to have record decks on display in the shop. So sometimes people used to, if the stylus or the cartridge was knackered on theirs, they'd say to me, oh, next time you go into town, and I used to walk around, Dixon's and I used to go to this record deck, take the stylus out, and then go and sell it them. We're going to make, actually, there's Catch You Later, Mate. That's the song. Strongbow, yes, Strongbow. I'm on it. You played God of War. I played the second God of War. That reminds me as well, they're in storage. I've got God of War 1 and 2 on the PS2. I played God of War 2 on the PS2, but I haven't played God of War 1. I've got God of War 3 on the PS3. You've got an extensive collection. Did you pay Uncharted Jake's Fortune on PS3? Yeah. I've got all of them. I've got Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. The first Uncharted, I didn't think was very good. For me, the third one was the best. Uncharted 3. That was my favourite. George and Collinette. Hey, cheers, mate. I'm having a pint as well. Just wondering if you have played Legend of Legaia on the PS1. Great game. I have got it. I've got Legend of Legaia on PS1, and I've got Legaia 2 on PS2. Yeah, the third one slaps, but first is my favourite. Yeah, yeah. I mean, everybody's got different tastes. Like I say, I'm not saying the first one's crap. I just think out of the three, I preferred the third one. Would you ever buy a Series X? No. I'll tell you the reason why is because I've got the Xbox One. My son's got the Series X, and we can go live chat through, play the same games. It's all backward compatible. So they weren't. I just didn't see the point in Series X for that reason. Like I say, even his cousins, they've got Series X's. I think I'm the only one with Xbox One, and I can keep up with them. I can play all their games. I can get the headphones on. We can go live. I've got Crazy Ivan on PS1. It's an amazing collection. How many games have I got? I've got, I counted just under 3,000 altogether. Looking at my files, my book, I've got virtually all of them written down. There's just, I think I counted 2,912, I think it was. Do you prefer the remaster of games or rather play the original? It depends. I mean, I've played Silent Hill 2, brilliant game, but the remastered Silent Hill 2 that came out on the PS5, I just can't bring myself to play it because I've already played it on the PS2. Awesome 3,000 games, all paid for by taxpayers' money. No, it's not. I worked for 30 years of my life. I've been an electronics engineer. I've been an electrician. So don't come to me about taxpayers' money, guys. You can fuck you, Mr. Heinz Beans. So yeah, taxpayers' money, guys. I'm probably older than you. How old are you, Heinz? Come on, tell us your fucking age. I did 30 years of hard fucking graft, mate, and then I got lung disease. Yeah, Ben, fucking with your spanner, mate. Fucking Heinz coming in here telling me I'm squandering taxpayers. The people that squandering taxpayers' fucking money, mate, is Starmer. Giving it all to the fucking... You are a lung disease. Yeah, fuck off, Heinz. Ben, click on his message and you'll get a thingy where you can block him. I'll do it with my tablet. I should be able to do it, yeah. Go on then, Heinz, how old are you? Tell me your fucking age, you twat. I bet I've worked longer than your age. I got lung disease in 2014. In the year 2014. I worked all the way through the 90s. Worked all the way through the 2000s up till 2014. Altogether, I've done 30 years of work. Oh, have you got in bed? All right, save me messing about. Like I say, if you click on a message, you can hammer them. Fucking twat. I don't like to wish up on anybody my lung disease. I'd swap it in a heartbeat just to be back to normal and go back to work. I've got skills that a lot of people have died for, and I just can't do it. I ain't got the energy. I've worked for the gas and oil industry. I've worked for some of the biggest electronics companies on the planet. You know, I've built serious electronic systems. So yeah. Yeah, Ben. Cheers, mate. Cheers, Ben. He's sat there holding his mother's hand while he's got his dad's cock in the other fucking hand. So he's sat there like this. Oh, probably not that big. He's probably sat there like that. In the back bedroom. Taxpayers' money, how's a fucking joke? I got 14 grand just from one company redundancy because they realised my illness was they didn't just want to obviously they can't sack you because they can be done for libel. I'd have took them through tribunal and all sorts. So we did a deal that they would make me redundant. So I walked away from a certain company with 14 grand, took nicely into my bank account. So, yeah. Have you ever played and do you like film games like The Quarry? I've played the Quarry, which is one with you're in the woods and you've got that train track and you're doing I played that a couple of years ago. Not sure if that was The Quarry. Cheers, Jules. You know what? I can understand, if I never did a day's work in my life. I could understand, but I paid into the system, guys. My tax during the 90s, I was wiring blocks of flats top to bottom. I was doing the door entry systems, I was doing the mains, I was doing the fire alarm, I was doing the CCTV cameras. I did 3 blocks of flats. I did 3 years just on 3 blocks of flats, wiring them top to bottom. So what makes me laugh though is that Hines, he's been in my channel loads of times trying to give me crap. So he must be following me, he must be subscribed. So why is he bother being subscribed to my channel? Does that make sense? My favourite PS1 game is Siphon Filter. My favourite PS1 game, which I've always said, I keep saying it, is Tetris Plus. Tetris Plus is my go-to game. I can happily just take it off the shelf, put it in the PS2, sit there playing it. It only let me time him out. That's all right. Next time I go live and he comes in, I'll block him for life. I can do it from the tablet. How did you find out about your condition? I woke up one morning to go to work, and what is weird is the night before I was normal. No out of breath or nothing. I woke up the morning, and I woke up not yet. I was struggling to breathe as I woke up. I was like, proper really. And my sons was living with me at the time because I brought them up on my own. And my oldest lad, bike shed boy, I managed to get to his bedroom door, and I said to him, I can't breathe. So he got me an ambulance. Ambulance came. I didn't have a clue what was going on. Ambulance came, took me to the hospital, got rushed in. They did loads and loads of tests, put me on an oxygen thing, put me on a intravenous drip thing. And then it was later that day when a lung specialist, came up to me and he says, I've got some bad news for you. He says, what did he call it? He says, you have got an alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency. I'll explain what that is in a bit. He says, you've got an alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency. He says, and you've got emphysema of the lungs. Yeah, it's terminal. TTX, it's terminal. There's no cure. I've got loads of medication that I take. There's no cure for emphysema. It's a lung disease. There is a percentage of cases where the emphysema can become cancerous, but I get tested, I get checked quite often for any cancer growths. I've actually got in my left lung right now, which is what they're working on, because they might have to do some sort of keyhole surgery, because in my left lung right now, because of the emphysema, I've ended up with a hole the size of a pinhole, which is leaking fluid into my lungs. So every now and again, I'll get fluid build up, and I have to cough up the fluid. It's a bit like drowning. You start feeling like you're drowning, and then all of a sudden water. Go to the bathroom, cough a load of water up, and then I'm fine for a couple of days. The alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency kind of like went hand in hand with the emphysema, which means I struggle to produce adrenaline. So yeah, which is why I get out of breath really bad. If I walk from here to the kitchen and back now, I'll sit down and I'll be out of breath, because the adrenaline build-up that your body produces can't keep up with my lung conditions, sort of thing. It's a bit awkward to explain, but they kind of like go hand in hand in them ways. And it was because they kept me in hospital. I think I was in hospital for like 3 days altogether for assessments, tests, and then I got out of hospital I think I went into hospital on the Monday, came out of hospital on the Thursday. So Friday I phoned up work. Really, my boss was really understanding. Told him what had gone off, and the doctor then signed me off sick for a further 2 weeks. So when I finally went back to work, they sent the company themselves had to follow their protocol. TTX, right? COPD stands for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is the generic term for all lung conditions. It's what the system uses COPD as a generic term. So whether you've got emphysema, whether you've got what was there was something I was being tested for, because I did work with asbestos years ago, asbestos related. What are you whinging about? Talk about games, Scrounger. What am I paying my taxes for? You're paying your taxes. Yeah, Tony Khan's Raging Coke. You're paying your taxes to fill my shelves. How's that grab you? So there you go. Have one of them. So yeah. I carried on working for the company as long as possible, and then in 2014, they had to follow protocol. So they said to me, we've got to send you to occupational health, get as much information as we can. They had a load of paperwork sent from my doctor to the company. And then one day my boss said to me, he says, look, Kev, he says, we see you struggling. He says, we're willing to make you redundant if you want to be made redundant. So I agreed. Like I said, I walked away with 14 grand. They made me redundant. I then went back through the doctors, got signed off for 3 months, so that I didn't have to look for another job in that period. And then after that 3-month period, I just got signed off permanent and fit for work. So all these people that are coming in the chat saying benefits behind you and all this lot, guys, Starmer's just literally changed the whole system. I've just gone through a rigorous test. At the hospitals, basically in the last few weeks, I've done a big test on my lungs, everything, just so that because it's a work assessment. And this is what Starmer's done. I knew this was going to happen, but I wasn't bothered. If they turned around to me and said, oh, look, you're fit enough to work, off your pop, I'd have gone looking for a job. But I've been signed off again because they said, because what they do, they strapped a thingy to me. It's like a box. And then they put all these plungers, one over your heart, around your back, just like the hospitals do, plungers all around you. And it says to me, we're going to walk down this corridor, and there was like a line going down the wall, and it was measured in meters. Guys, I didn't even make 3 meters, and this box started bleeping. Straight away, the doctors pressed the button on the box. He says, right. He says, that'll do. He says, right. Went into his office, sat down. He says, you're in no fit state for work. So, yeah. So this was what, 3 weeks ago. Had my assessment, been signed off again. So yeah, not unfit for work, guys. So these people, if that was Heinz signing in with a, it's all right because I'll get him next life. So he can fuck himself. Brazil. Yeah, we got Brazil in the house as well. Yeah, Ben, if you've zapped him again, just keep bashing the bastard. Roger Retro, bless you, Kev. Cheers, mate. So how do you keep track of the games you have in your collection and ones you still want? I've got, I'll show you. I've got this file, games new and sealed and games pre-owned, and this is full, literally. Every page in here is just full. It's literally just full of games for every console. And what I've got as well, I've still got the Xbox Ones. I need to write them in here because I haven't done them yet. I haven't got my SNES games written in here. Oh, Bike Shed Boy, is he in the chat? Oh yeah, Bike Shed Boy's back in the chat. Heinz is back. That guy never learns on his mother's hand. Yeah, I know. The guy's a knob. I've explained loads of times about my situation. Like I said, I've worked probably longer than he's been alive. I bet Heinz is probably in his 20s, 30s. I've done 30 years at work, guys. 30 years. I paid my taxes, done my dues. I'm basically retired now. I'm nearly 60 years old. So yeah, I'm retired. I don't give a shit. I'm going off now to play some games with my mates. Yeah, cheers, Jonas. Thank you for joining us, mate. Origini, you off too as well? Good night, Kev. Cheers, Ollie, mate. Yeah, Taylor, your rooms are good. I'm just, I don't know how long I've got left. I'm just enjoying what I've got. How much is the entire collection worth? I did an estimated guess a while ago that I have probably got between 30. I've probably got between 30 and 40 grand in here in games. Yeah, that's my estimation. I've got especially a lot of my PS2, PS3. Most of them are sealed. I've got a lot of really expensive 360 games that are sealed, never been opened, that are worth £100 plus each. Games in this cabinet, even that Silent Hill Shattered Memories now, that's the English version. That is rare now. The cheapest one you'll find on eBay is over 400 quid. And there is sold listings on eBay of around about £400. Oh, Bike Shed Boy, been in the chat all night. There was a guy in the chat earlier. He asked what your channel was. Told him. He says he's got loads of stuff to do with mountain bikes and that you can have. It's like I had somebody come in my one of the last videos I did. Somebody in the comments, he goes, "You need to stop drinking." What was it? He says, I blocked him in the end. He says, "You're not doing yourself any favours. You need to stop drinking It said something else. I can't remember exactly. Anyway, it was a bit sarcastic. So, basically, I'm just doing what I want until I can't. Do you play any PC games? Have you played? I haven't got a PC at all. I've never had a PC, never owned a PC. The only PC I've ever used was at work, and that was just mainly for programming chips. I use a website called Price Charting. Not only does it give me collections via, but also issues via. Next buy should be building PC will make a good video. I don't know. Over the years, I've thought about a PC, but I'm not really. Oh, we've got Australia in the house, guys. Brisbane. Legend. Just recently, we played Silent Hill 2's remake. Do you have an all-time favourite console? Yeah. My old is the 360. It's my most played console. I'll just grab a 360 game off. Sometimes PS3, because they were both run along the same path. Excuse me, coughing, guys. Still got this chest infection that I'm trying to get around. The 360 is my go-to. I'm on the Xbox One quite a lot. Sometimes I'll get a message from my lad or one of my nephews saying, "Are you coming online?" And obviously they're all Xbox, so I'll switch my Xbox One on, get the old headset out, and we'll go live online, which we have quite a lot of fun with. Ben M just popping in and saying, "I love your videos. Keep up the good work." Yeah, like I said, I'm just enjoying things. Here he is again, I think. Access Area Nonce he's called himself this time. Hey mate, big fan of your channel. Great big fan of my taxes, ain't you? I don't give a shit, mate. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you call yourself. I don't give a shit about you fucking trolling. In fact, do you realise I could report you to the police for online bullying? Yeah, I could. I've got a local liaison officer that comes walking. There's a beat around where I live. So I might just mention you. Obviously, I don't know your real name, but I'm sure we can gather details. Because that can be reported as a hate crime. In fact, if you're that fucking hard, mate, why don't you fucking... No, I'm not going to give you my address. That fucking hard, mate, knock on my fucking door. I'll pop your fucking eyeballs with my ear rifle. I'll take your eyeballs out first, so that you're fucking blinded forever. Now I'll cripple your fucking legs. Now I'll tie you up. Wait for the police to come pick you up. I'll make sure you never walk again. Oh shit. The Berkshire boys already gone there. I know people are going to say, yeah, but you've got to expect all this because you put yourself out there. You're going to get all the trolls. You're going to get all the knobheads that sit in the mother's back bedroom holding their hand. I know this. But, I get it. I'd understand if, like I said, if I never did a day's work in my life and I was a proper scrounger, or, I'm I don't even ask for anything from my channel. It's all free. I don't ask. The only thing that I have said people can send in is for their FIFA games to be destroyed. I'll do a dedicated video. But as for wanting people to send me games from my shelves, no. That is a no-no. I won't accept them. I don't want them. Kev, have you listened to that Golden Vinyl that came with that game yet. Yeah, I played it on the video that I did when I opened it. Yeah, I know Staffordshire Gamer, the best way to deal with trolls is sitting on and they just want a reaction, but there's no need, why are people so horrible? I don't get it. Being nice don't cost a penny, don't cost a thing. Some people just prefer to be horrible, and I really don't get it. Yeah, he's probably wearing a "I love you, mum" t-shirt. Are you actually a? Oh no, that's asking. When I was at one point, but I'm maybe on that. Yeah, that's the thing I get a lot as well. Runny nose. Yeah, a lot of runny nose. Some of the medication I'm on causes different side effects, so you get used to them after a bit. Yeah, live the dream while I can. I am. I don't know how long I've got left. I could only have 5 years, and then all this will go to my sons. And I don't. Somebody asked me once if I was scared of dying, and I said no. And I'm not. Not scared of dying. I just don't want to leave all this behind. I want to be. Which is what I've always said. It's harder for a rich millionaire that owns everything. It's harder for them to die than it is a poor man. Because a poor man, he owns nothing, so he can just die and he's got nothing to leave behind, really. So yeah. So people like Elon Musk, he must be shitting himself in case he dies. He don't want to die because he'll be leaving all that behind. Yeah, Bike Shed Boy. Yeah, we'll have to do a live one night. I've got a new thingy set up now. You guys can't see it, but I've got a new monitor system. What I'm going to set up instead of using my giant TV, which Heinz paid for with his taxpayers' money. Instead of using that, I've got a monitor set up so that the camera is just in front of the monitor. It's only a little one. Kev gave it me. My son Kev gave me this TV a few years ago. It's a lovely little telly as well, JVC. Brilliant. No, I'm definitely not going before GTA 6 comes out. I know that. I'm stubborn. That's the other thing as well. I'm stubborn. In the year 2020, I got double pneumonia. Literally, I got to the hospital, got rushed in with double pneumonia, and within an hour, they put me on a DNA, a DNR, I mean. DNR stands for do not resuscitate, because they weren't expecting me to make it till the morning. So come 7 o'clock that night in 2020, a consultant, a lung specialist came to me. He says, right, and he had a good chat. Mate. He says, I'll be 100% straight with you, mate. He says, we're not expecting you to make it till the morning. Obviously, they had to put the intravenous drips in, antibiotics, whatever they was giving me. I was on an oxygen mask. Literally, I had all these pipes, tubes coming out of me. And so they said to me, he says, we can get in touch with your sons so that they can come to see you before you go. I'm thinking, well, obviously, he's told me I'm not going to make it till the morning. I'm probably going to. But I laid there for hours thinking, now, my experience is most things only get you when you go to sleep. So I'm thinking, what if I don't go to sleep? I'll stay awake all night. Try and defy death. You know what? I stayed awake all night. I watched this daylight come the following morning. I'm not gone yet. And that was in 2020. So yeah, I can be stubborn. I'm not going nowhere. Yeah, bite shed boy will vouch for that. Yeah, they put me on a DNR, do not resuscitate, which means because of the pneumonia, if the pneumonia was going to kill me, they weren't going to resuscitate me. They was just going to let me go, which is I signed something, and he gave me a leaflet which explained what the DNR was. Yeah, Ben, must have been the best feeling seeing that sun come up. I stayed awake all night. I had a little TV that I was watching, them that swing out around your bed and you put your card in. I had one of them. Yeah, Bunny, because obviously I'm alive, I signed the DNR because I asked how it works and they say, look, you signed the DNR, we'll get in touch with your sons. So yeah, I signed it myself. I said to him, look, I'm willing. If I don't make it till the morning, so be it. Yeah. Yeah, I've had pleurisy. I've had pleurisy about 4 or 5 times. As someone who's had COVID pneumonia and pleurisy 3 times, totally get. It's like with lung issues. Yeah, I've had pleurisy. Is horrible. Oh God, pain. I don't know if everybody gets pain with pleurisy, but accessarea6, snot in those grass is back again, guys. I can't give you facts, mate. Cops, you block me too quick. You're scared of the truth, so let's have this out then, coward. So I am. If you blocked him, Bite Shed Boy, then fair dues. But if you haven't, just leave him in for a little bit. We'll have a little play. See if he's willing to answer certain questions. Like, how old are you? And he's probably going to lie anyway. So. Do you remember what you were watching on TV? I was watching darts. Yeah, because when you pay by card, you can access all these Sky channels and whatever. I was watching darts. Can't remember who won, but even and stay reaction. No, don't unblock him. If he comes back as somebody else, it's a bit like Doctor Who, isn't it? Why don't you call himself Doctor Who? There's been about 14 doctors, isn't there? 14 Doctor Who's. He can be in the next one. Got that many names. Yeah. Yeah. Even my doctor, the doctor I had at the time, his name was Dr. Cockrell, and I was in his surgery one day talking. This was just after. It weren't long after I survived the double pneumonia, and he knew that I'd signed for a DNR, and he kind of looked at me and he had this thing in his hand, this paper, and he went, "He gives you a stubborn git, aren't you? A bit of a stubborn git." And I went, "Of course." You know. Got retro. I think I'd die if I had to watch darts. Fair enough. Brave choice. I used to play darts years ago. I was really good as well. Bite Shed Boy vouch for this. Yeah, used to play darts. We used to, where I lived at the time, years ago, there was me, Bite Shed Boy, his cousin Chris, and my other son Kev. We used to, on average, once a week, all come to my house. We had dartboard set up. We had a laser hockey. So we had a laser line we'd stand. Super Pants Gaming. Yeah, welcome to the chat, my friend. Yeah, I watched one of your videos the other day, not long ago, with the Xbox collection that you're doing. Yeah, I'd say you was second best, Bite Shed Boy. Yeah, I'd say, yeah. Have you played any of the Fallout games? I have. Which one did I play? I played one a couple of years ago. I think it was Fallout 3 on the 360. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I played Fallout 3. I didn't complete it. It's one of them. I'll put a game in, play 2-3 hours, and then it will go back on the shelf, and then I'll go to another game. Ben says, any look on the Master Chief helmet lately, Kev? I'm not sure if I want one. I keep looking at them and thinking I've got to be careful where and what I display, because I'll probably see something else, so I want more. I'm more into these figurines and helmets. I guess these figurines always take like the Hulk. So yeah, they're supposed to remake Falling Out. Are they? Oh, that'd be nice. I've been going through them again for the thousandth time. Playing combines Fallout 3, New Vegas. Yeah, I haven't played the New Vegas. Accessarea6 is a leave him in for a minute. Right, I know you're Heinz. I know you're Heinz originally, but you've been about 20 doctors since. You is a racist, pretend you ain't. I don't know what makes you think I'm racist. I've got Muslim friends. I've got one that where does he live? That comes from Malaysia. I've got a Muslim friend that his name's Hamadan Yusuf. He's a Muslim. He was a really good friend of mine until he went back to Malaysia. I haven't seen him since. But he lived over here for a while. What is the oldest figurine you have, Kev? It's the silver alien, because I built him myself. I made him. He's this alien here, guys. I built him personally by hand years ago. So yeah, I made him. Yeah. I'm just curious as to why somebody would come into somebody's channel just to, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know what fun to get out of it. But either way, the man's obviously got no life. That's if he is a man. We don't know, do we? What year did you build him? Nice one. Oh, Bike Shed Boy. When right, me and my son Bike Shed Boy, I built him. His name's Alan the Alien. And at the same time, Bike Shed Boy was building a zombie. So, and I can't remember, it was years ago. It was absolutely years ago. Yeah, I'll block him now because he's spamming. Block the cunt, kick him out. I know he's going to come back and cause a bit more trouble. Yeah, Bike Shed Boy built a zombie. At the same time I was building him. It's got to be a good 8-10 years ago when I built him. Made it start off with coat hanger wire, and then you get loads of newspaper, toilet. He's got everything in him: toilet paper, bits of sponge. Yeah, Bike Shed Boy. Yeah, I know you haven't finished your zombie. He did have a globe in his hand just here. What he was holding. But one day I caught him by accident, knocked him over, and his globe smashed. And I've just not got around to doing anything with his hand. Because most of them in frame right now are from... Yeah, they're Destroy All Humans, them two. That's Destroy All Humans for the PS4. That's Destroy All Humans for the PS5. But for me, because I built this guy here, he's better than them. Yeah, so I'm guessing you really like Destroy All Aliens. Right, I do. I played Destroy All Aliens on the Xbox, original Xbox. Ever played The Sims or any simulation games? No, I've got Sims on, but I've never played them. I've seen gameplay, and I'm just not, couldn't never bring myself around to putting one in and playing it. So, bye, Shed Boy. You gotta go. All right, mate. I gotta go up at 4 a.m. going to do a car boot tomorrow. Oh, you're doing a car boot? I'm going to a car boot next weekend. Yeah, I am. Destroy Humans 2 is great, but not gonna lie, the remake of 1 and 2, in terms of gameplay, you can't really explain it. Yeah, I haven't played, I've got the games obviously with them because they came in collector's editions. But like I said, the only Destroy All Humans game I did play was on the original Xbox, and that was years ago. Years. A long time ago. 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I played it. Assassin's Creed or Castlevania, which is your favorite if you played them? Castlevania. Yeah. I've got the Castlevania. This one here, I've actually completed that one on the 360. This is a steel book. So yeah. Played that years ago and completed it. So also I was up for new graphics. There's still games that have come loose. Can you show me how to get the disc back in without opening the game? Yeah, I did a video. It's mainly PS4 that come loose in the box. I did a video a while ago. I will show you. I'll show you again. Let me get one off the shelf and. In fact, I'll go and get one from here. All right. I just had to nip to the toilet as well. So, can anybody hear me? Because I turned this off while these chairs, because these fully recline as well. So you can literally recline in them. These brand new, these were the swivel. These were, I think at the time, they was on sale. It was £199 each. So as a set, so you get the footstool and the chair for £199. So obviously I got 2 lots. Let's see if I can, because that is not loose in the box. Let's see if I can make it loose. I'll show you how to get it back in. I don't know if I can make it loose. Yeah, right. Right, guys, that is loose. I'll show you how to get it back in. Right, you need a flat surface. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the tablet as a flat surface. Right, I don't know if you see that. Let's pull that up there. Let me just let this stream catch up with where we are. Right, yeah, you're going to see this. Right, so what you've got to do, you can feel the disc. So what you do is you tilt it until you feel it. You can virtually guess that it's in the middle on the pivoted where it clicks in. Right, then where you want to be, you want it perfectly flat. And then from the middle of the box, you come at an angle of, say, like 4 o'clock sort of thing. So you come into an angle of 4 o'clock. Then you just press it. Give it a good old press. You won't break the seal. And there you go. It's in. It's in, guys. That's it. That's how you do it. And the seal is perfect. And that is the sealed game. Yeah. So yeah, you go from the middle, just down a bit, round about 1.5 inches. And then, yeah, just give it a good, don't be scared to press it hard. And you'll pop them in every time. You can do it with any game, even PS2, all of them. The one you've got to remember is, if it's a sealed Xbox One game, because the disc is on the opposite side. So you have to do that backwards, like from the back. No, you won't break the disc. You won't break the disc and you won't break the seal. I've done loads, I've done tons of them over the years. Because PS4 is the most vulnerable for the disc coming out as it comes through your letterbox or damaged in transit. Well, not damaged, but the disc will come loose. It won't damage the box at all, no. And if you do it where I said, you get it level, you can feel it. As you shake it, you can literally feel it sit on that pivot. And like I say, once it's dead level, from the middle, 1.5 inches down, 4 o'clock, good old press with your thumb. It'll pop in every time. Yeah, they're all PS4 games that do it. I've never had a problem. I had one once on a 360 game that's sealed, and I think that was my Splatterhouse. Because what it was, this was sometimes a good thing. When I was looking for Splatterhouse years ago, somebody put one on eBay, and it was quite cheap because he said it says the disc it's sealed, but the disc is loose in the box. And years ago, I was picking them up for like 10 quid. So I think I got that. The one I've got on the shelf right now is brand new sealed in the box, and the guy said to me £8 because the disc is loose in the box. As soon as it came through the door, I shook it, thought, yeah, right, do this. Get it in, clicked it, straight in, it's perfect. Do you like Warhammer? No, never been into Warhammer. The best part about it is, obviously, I'm born and bred in Nottingham. I think Warhammer was created in Nottingham. I think it's a Nottingham thing. It's always PS4 games that come loose. Always. It's a bad design. The way they've built that little pivot in the middle where it slots on. It's a bit of a bad design. So, but yeah, you can always pop them back in, and once they're in, it's fine. Going out to 4 single. 4 o'clock. Yeah, around about 4 o'clock from the middle of the box, an inch and a half, around about an inch and a half across. 4 o'clock. Use your thumb on a hard, flat surface, and just give it a good hard press. Don't be scared to press it too hard because you won't damage anything and you won't break anything. No, you don't need an 8 o'clock angle, just one angle, 4 o'clock. From the box facing you, down inch and a half, 4 o'clock, good hard press with your thumb, it will pop in. Just off, literally just, by coming down at about an inch and a half, you're just off centre. Basic, yes, good evening, mate. How's it going? Yeah, so, yeah, anyway, this game, I've just got this out of the storage cupboard to show you how to get the game back in, and that is, it's called Z-Warp, and it looks like a shooting game. Yeah, some sort of shooting game. Obviously, it's brand new and sealed, so. Kev, where did you get that large lava lamp? Hey, this is a brilliant story. I was looking at lava lamps on eBay. This was years ago, 8 years ago. I was looking at lava lamps, thinking I'd love a. I didn't think you could get them that big, to be honest. That is absolutely massive. So anyway, going down the list on eBay, I saw that and I thought, that is massive. So anyway, I realised it was collection only because of its size. So straight away, I looked where it was being collected from, and it was Nottingham. And I live in Nottingham, and obviously at the time I was driving. And the guy put it on starting, it was bidding. The guy put it on a starting bid, 25 quid. And it had, I think at the time it had 58 watches. It was a high number of watches. So starting bid, 58 quid. And I'm thinking, well, I live in Nottingham. I'm going to pick it up because I drive. So I was the first bidder. I put a bid on it. And the next thing was the guy that was selling it. He sent me an email, and he says I've had loads of requests to post it. He says I'm hoping that if you win this bid, that you'll be able to collect it, because I didn't post it because it's a big chunk of glass, and I don't want to risk it getting smashed. So I wrote back saying, I goes, no mate, I says, the reason I bid it, because I've read all your notes, it's collection only, I am willing to collect it, and by the way, whereabouts are you? He says, I'm in Aspley, Nottingham. So I said, yeah, I know where that is, because I've got family that live in Aspley. I says, if I win the bin, obviously I'm going to drive over and arrange, pick it up. So anyway, there was 5 days to go. There was no more bids. I won it for the 25 quid. But, you know, by the time them bids came through, by the end of the bidding, the 5 days, there was something like 80-something watches on it. Yeah, and when I got to the guy's ass to pick it up, he says to me, he says, you won't believe how many emails I had for that lamp asking me to post it. And he says, no, he says I'm not posting. I mean, the sheer size of it is massive. It's the biggest one I've ever seen. But the best part about it is, obviously, I've picked it up, got it for 25 quid, got it there. The best part about it, there was a channel I was watching one day, and this guy went to a car boot. And I seen exactly the same lamp at this car boot, and I'm thinking, oh, yeah, right. It's exactly the same as mine, same size, everything, identical. So anyway, I messaged the guy because I was thinking, I won't mind the other one, I won't mind this. So anyway, I sent because the guy on the channel was a reseller. It was one of these that goes around car boots, buys, resells. So I sent him an email saying, "What are you doing with that lamp?" He says, "I'm probably looking at either auctioning it, or it says I've got a mate who's already interested." Oh, Jules, cheers, Jules, Julie. Thanks for dropping by. So yeah, he sent me an email saying I've got a mate that's interested. He says, so I don't know what I'm doing yet. He says, but I'll keep you posted. Anyway, about a week later, I didn't hear nothing from him. Kev, I've got an Amiga 600 Quavers combination. Got the Watson games, everything been, and if it is, could it be worth anything? Amigas, yeah, there's collectors out there for Amigas. Because they did. I'm trying to think. Somebody had an Amiga 1200. Was it? Yeah. Quavers Coin Edition. Got the boxing game. Anything? I'm not the person to ask really about Amigas. You probably are better off asking people like Goldtooth and Tutti UK. Yeah, anyway, the lava lamp this guy had on YouTube. It was about a week. A week went by, and I'm thinking I ain't heard nothing, so I'll just send him an email. And I sent him an email saying, "Have you worked anything out with that lava lamp?" He says, "Yeah, my mate's brought it." He says, "Sold it to my mate for 150 quid." I'm like, 150 quid? Yeah, he sold it to his mate, paid him 150 quid for it. Identical to that one, same colour liquid. I stuck a PS badge on mine, but I don't know if you can see it from that angle. I put a PlayStation badge on mine. Just wondering if you had to keep one game out of your collection, what would it be? It would be Tetris Plus on the PS1. It's my favourite game of all time. It's the best game ever made. Tetris Plus, PS1. I just love that game. I love getting that professor down to the ground. I love the panic mode as he's climbing up and that thing's going to cut his head off. I just got to get him to ground, you know. I just love that game. Tetris Plus, always have. Hello from Portugal, man. Hope you're doing well tonight. Should be gaming tonight. Yeah, I'm going to be switching my. It's bank holiday weekend, isn't it? So it's Easter bank holiday weekend. So I think when I come offline later, I'm going to go on the Xbox One and see what all them lot are doing. My son and his cousins. Roddy Retro, wasn't expecting Tetris Plus as your top game, must admit. Yeah, it's my. If somebody said to me, you've got to get rid of all your games, but you can only keep one, I'm keeping Tetris Plus. It's my go-to game. It's always been my go-to game. It was also, Daz says it was also released in the C64. I don't know, was it Tetris Plus? I've only ever played it on the PS1. Yeah, I can happily just get it off the shelf, put it in, and sit there for hours playing it. I've probably completed it about 10-15 times because I've got all the saves on memory card. What would be your second choice? My second choice favorite game of all time has got to be Condemned on the Xbox 360. I've completed that game 3 times, and every now and again, a few years will go by and I'll do it all again. Condemned 2 is brilliant. that is a brilliant game as well. That Condemned 2's got the co-op mode, I think. Kev, did you get the 360 on launch date? No, my son did. Typical gamer, my son Kev, he got it on launch date. He was the first person in the family to get an Xbox 360. At the time he got his 360 on launch day, I actually went and brought a PS3, but not on launch date. The PS3 came out. The PS3 came out before the 360. I can't remember which way around it was, but yeah, I agree with that. Condemned got shafted hard. It was so good. It's a shame we've been nothing of the series. I don't think I'd want a remake of Condemned. I'd want another edition. I'd want Condemned 3. You know, there's too many remakes. I think people are running out of ideas and they just say, no, let's remake it. It's a cop out when they do these remakes, in my book. Why don't you just make a brand new game? Felix Spires, stay strong, off to game night with girlfriend. We're at Takes Two right now. It Takes Two. Yeah, I've got that. That's a co-op game, isn't it? It Takes Two. Trying to get her to the game. A Way Out as well. A Way Out. That's a co-op game. That's a good game. accessarea6 is a racist. What's your favourite PS1 game? Mine is Spyro, the Scrounger. Mine is the man with many names. Twat. Twat with many names. Yeah. I'd be happy with either. It doesn't even need to be a remote, just the best port. It's a new console, yeah, you know. Just got perhaps Parappa the Rapper on PS1. I've never played it. I know it. I've seen it. I've seen gameplay. I've never played it myself. Parappa the Rapper. Was there a similar one for the PS2? Or was there another Parappa the Rapper on the PS2? When you admit you said those racist things, remind me of what racist things have I said? You're an obvious twat, aren't you? I haven't said anything racist. What are you doing? Jesus Christ. I've got a corner shop there, not a corner shop. There's a shop around the corner owned by Indians. I'm going to call them Indians. I don't know where they're from, whether they're from India, wherever they're called. I went in one night to pick up some beers, and he had a problem with his CCTV system. I said to him, give me 5 minutes, I'll get it. I sorted it out for him. And he said to me, he said, you can have those beers for free because you'll fix my problem. I says, no, man, I'm still willing to pay for them, but he was insisting. He says, no, have them, take them. He says, you've saved me lots of money. What do you mean, oh, so he's an Asian who works in a shop, so he must be Indian? He is Indian. He is I don't know if he's Indian, I don't know if he's Pakistani, he's one of them. I'm not going to ask him what he is. That's not doing me. So stop being a fucking twat. And what is that accent you keep doing? It's just an accent. It's what people do, like when people do a German one, you know, or an Australian accent, or, you know, this is how he talks. It's just how he talks. Hello, my friend. I walk into his shop and he'll go, hello, my friend. And I'll go, all right, mate. So what the fuck's racist about that, you twat? Too many people like you pull the fucking racist card and you live off it. You don't give a shit what you fucking say. Fucking knob. How can you be racist or mimicking somebody's accent? What the fuck is racist about that? You know, I walk into a shop and he's like, "Hello, my friend." I'm like, "Oh, mate." Yeah. Yeah. Say what you want. I don't really care. I'm not bothered. Don't care. If you think I'm racist, phone the police. You know, let them come round and arrest me because of online bullying, because I'm talking like somebody talks. I don't know what's racist about it. Racist scrounger. Lava lamp. Um, I don't know. It's got no name on it. It's not. I don't think it's a math moss. I've seen math moss lava lamps, and I've looked around it. There's no particular name, so I've just stuck a PlayStation badge on it, so it goes with the room, sort of thing. Where are I? Blocking Ben? Yeah, get rid of him. He's obviously the racist. He's the one fixated with his race card. That's what they do. They pull the race card because it's all they've got. You know, they've got no life. He's gone back to it. Yeah, yeah. The man's got no life. He's got nothing in his life, so he's got to hate on people. Yeah, guys, the man in my shop around the corner is a lovely guy. Yeah, he's a lovely guy. He's always got a smile on his face. I don't know if he's Pakistani. I don't know if he's Indian. I just call him. I don't call him it. I just say he's an Indian guy who owns the shop. And all of them, his sons, he's got two sons. They work there as well. All of them, they got a smile on their face. You know, lovely people. And every time I walk in, I've been going around there for years, and they'll go, "Hello, my friend." What the fuck's racist about that? Yeah, Felix Spiro also have a drink, gaming and thinking about your values, man. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is as well is like people are so quick to hate. It's easy. It's the easiest thing in the world is to hate somebody for either the way they look, the way they talk, the way it's too easy. You know, just to hate them for no reason. And you know, a lot of people do that. Yeah, he's just going to keep making accounts. Eventually, he will get fed up with making accounts. Yeah, I don't know how easy it is to make an account. Obviously, I made my account accessarea6 years ago, and I can't remember how I did it. I think I did it by accident. I was just going through because I did all mine on this tablet. All this channel was set up on here. I had no PC or nothing. Everything was done on here. Yeah. Yeah, Ben, every time mine makes a new account, we have yeah. I tell you what, when I get I've already got my target practice set up in the garden, ready for my air rifling. I'd love to get that irons on the bench and target practice that twat. take his eyeballs out, and I'll take his ears off, take his fingers off, so he can't hold his mum's hand anymore. Yeah, it does. It takes more energy to hate than it does love. Yeah, it does. I don't judge. I don't judge people. I've never judged a person before I've met them. I've passed judgment after I've known somebody and seen what their true colours. Then I have. I'm like, oh, man's a twat, because I've seen his true colours. But I will not pass judgment at all to anybody that I don't know. I'll be the first to shake your hand and say, all right, mate, my name's Kev. How's it going? Yeah. No one lives to be 18. I don't know. I just don't see what fun he gets out of it. I couldn't spend my life just hating everything and everybody. That makes sense. And I'm still wondering why he thinks I'm racist. I don't get that. I don't understand that at all. Just because it's like, for all I know, in that shop, he might say to his sons, "Oh, this is a white guy who comes near, and he says, 'Hello, right, mate, how's it going?' Talking like me." Yeah, we're all the same. Cut us and we bleed. We're all the same. I don't judge a man by the colour of his skin. I don't judge a man by his accent. I don't care. I really don't give a shit. Cut us all. We're all the same. So yeah, like I said, I know we was going to get. Well, it's the same man with many complexes, I think. Do you collect PAL only? No, I have got NTSC games, mainly on the Super Nintendo. I've got about 15 NTSC games on the Nintendo because I can play them on, even though that's a PAL Super Nintendo. I've got the adapter. I've got the game converter, so you can play NTSC, Famicom, play them all. I have opinions on that, but it's Easter, we have drinks. Let's just have a little fun. Well, we don't know how long we've got here. Nobody knows how long they're going to be living for. You can walk out the door tomorrow and get hit by a car, and it's over. I just don't get why people just want to live their life so miserable. I'd rather be happy. DC are doing a Power Rangers style Batman comic in the works. Looks interesting. I missed that one. Move to digital is bullshit. I refuse. I won't go digital. Like I say, the only digital game I've got at the moment is on the Xbox One, and that's because everybody downloaded Trivial Pursuit 2 for the Xbox. And I have to admit, guys, when we're all live online in our headphones, we have a right laugh. It's funny. It's more for the laugh than anything. Socials are adding these ideals, but in the end, we are all the same thing, living and sharing the role. Yeah, we are. We're all the same. We're human. We're human, In fact, we're like pigeons. Pigeons don't get on. Pigeons do not get, guys. We have a lot of pigeons around here, and they will land in the garden, and they'll all start fighting. And that's what humans do. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. Don't make sense to me. that we just don't get on. But I'd say 99% of the people I meet, even though I've never met them before, get on, say hello. Yeah, I just think life's too short for bother. Do you have a PC for retro gaming? No, I've got the consoles. I've got I've got a Super Nintendo. I've got a Nintendo 64, PS2, GameCube, an original Xbox, and then my red consoles: PS3, PS5, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, and a Nokia N-Gage. Yeah, I'm the same, mate. Pretty much everyone I would be happy to meet again. The odd ones have been novices, but generally people are great. Yeah, same. You know, there's a guy who lives around the corner from me. In fact, I made one of those wooden motorbikes, and he brought one off me. I was outside one day doing carving work, and the guy actually rides a Harley Davidson, and he literally pulled up outside my house and took his helmet off, and he was like, "Wow," he says, "You know, what you're doing with that when it's done and all this lot." So I said to him, "Why are you interested in one?" He says, "Yeah." I said to him, I says, I can make you one, but it's going to take about 2 to 3 months to build, to make, do all the cuttings and carvings. So yeah, I made him one in the end for, I think he paid, what did he pay me for it? 199 quid, I think I asked for. He paid me £200. So yeah. Yeah, Kurt 121, enjoy the rest of the night and weekend, buddy. Enjoyed the live, stay safe and look forward to your future videos. Yeah, mate, I'll be doing another video over the next few days anyway, because there's some things I need to get out of that Narnia storage cupboard to get in here on the shelves. I've got empty shelves now because I've had a bit of a move around. I want to get the rest of me PS1 games out of there, get them shelved up. I've got a couple of shelving units I want to, throughout this summer, I want to get a couple of more shelving units above the TV. Marvel or DC? Marvel. I love Marvel. I know DC's like Batman and Superman, and no, I'm a Marvel man. I'm a Marvel man. I love Spider-Man, and I love all of them. Have you ever watched Time Team or any other daytime shows like Ground Force? Not Ground Force. I did watch Time Team. I tell you what I did like, which I got into after I stopped working in 2014. Antiques Roadshow. Started watching Antiques Roadshow. Yeah. And there's a channel called Quest, and this guy did. I think his name was Drew. I ain't seen it for years. I can't remember the name of the show now. The main character, his name was Drew. Sack time for me, Kev. Look forward to more anime reveals. Stay safe. Cheers, Dad, mate. Yeah, thanks for popping in. Been quite. I'm going off anyway in a minute. I'm gonna. Let's see what time it is. I'm not doing one of my usual on all night jobs. It's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock, guys. So another 10-15 minutes, I'm going to switch off. Massive hello from Australia, Kev. I've got the Ernest Borgnine DVDs. I love Ernest Borgnine. Sunday in the Country. That's a brilliant film, that is. Sunday in the Country, Ernest Borgnine. If you have not seen that film, guys, it's amazing. Playing all my yeah, those Strongbow cans. Yes, I'm just, like I said, I'm just living life at the moment because, like I said, I don't know how long I've got. Have you watched The Sopranos? No, I haven't. A lot of people have said to me, "Have you watched The Sopranos?" And I say no. Do you know what? I am going to get the DVD box set. I'm going to do that. In fact, I'm going to a car boot next weekend. I'm going to see if I can find a box set of The Sopranos, and I will watch it. I will sit and watch it. I've got DVD players. What was your first home video game console? My first ever video game console was a PS1 because I was working as an electronics engineer. I was repairing them. I was actually repairing. Someone was coming. There was a guy that owned a shop, and he was doing repairs in the back. And I went in one day and asked him if there was any jobs. And he just looked at me and he says, "Unless you know anything about electronics, no." And I said to him, and says, "Well, yeah, I do." So I started working for him for a while, and we started getting PS1s coming into the shop for repair. Some was laser, needed new lasers. Some were power supply damaged. Look to the big game of the year, Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm just hoping it's going to be good. I don't want all this wokery bullshit, lefty box ticking crap. I'm just hoping it's going to be a good game. Try it and grab the 6. I tell you what, I have watched not long ago, and I remember it. When I was a kid, right? Land of the Giants. Land of the Giants when I was a kid was absolutely amazing. So what I did a while ago, I sat here one night thinking, what am I watching, them again, the series of Land of the Giants. So I went on YouTube to try and find Land of the Giants, but you know what they've done? You can get it, but you have to pay. So what I've done, I've ordered the full complete seasons, Land of the Giants, on DVD. Paul Dennis, welcome to the chat, my friend. The Midnight Aristocrat. Base. Excuse my coughing, guys. This chest infection is just not going away at the moment. It's taking its toll, and they can't give me any more antibiotics because I've just not long done a 7-day course of antibiotics, and they didn't really do anything. So I've just got to ride it, wait till it clears up. What's your favourite type of game to play? I'm up for anything really. Shooting games. I love racing games, driving racing games. I played on the 360 Full Auto. I was playing some Full Auto not long ago. Oh yeah, that was always shown with Land of the Lost. Yeah, Land of the Giants, mate. I loved it. And I grew up with all them, $6 Million Man, and I grew up with all that. My favourite series ever produced was Columbo. I've got everything. I've got a box set up there, Columbo. Everything Columbo ever did is in that box. So yeah. Xbox. No, it's Xbox. I'm not a Switch person. I've never owned a Switch. I'm not going to bother. I've had questions. Are you going to buy a Switch too? No. They don't interest me. I'm not saying they're crap. I'm not one of these people that say, no, I'm not going to get it because it's crap. Each to their own, you know. I'm just not interested in. I've got enough. I've got enough consoles. Yeah, Crumbo is my favourite. So yeah, my favourite out of every TV series that's ever been made is Crumbo. Films. Peter Falk. He was in the first Undisputed film with Wesley Snipes. Yeah, the first Undisputed film that came out with Wesley Snipes. Peter Falk was in it, and Peter Falk was like a top dog in the prison. Where am I? Split Second on 360. The Split Second is brilliant. Yeah. This is England. Yeah, I've got that film. This is England. I got it on VHS. Oh, loved your video on getting ripped off. Grand's nicked me auto. I got a lot of stick about that video, you know. I had all the Gibbs fans. All the Gibbs fucking 24 fans, mate. They was all coming up there. You're just jealous and all that. I was jealous. And it's a bit of fun, you know. She made a lot of money out of that. Fucking people was chucking money at her left, right, and centre. So yeah, I was just every comment I was not every comment. I was getting comments. Oh, the thing is, right? Certain comments was coming through where they're saying, you've took the piss out of the Gebs by producing that video, and yet you was crying when them American guys was picking on you. So I said, it's a different ballgame, mate. Them American guys was taking the piss out of my health. I've got an incurable disease that can't be cured. If the Gebs had an incurable disease, I'd be feeling sorry for her. I wouldn't take the piss out of her. But her video, mate, with them fucking games, that was bullshit. That was blatantly fucking grifting. That was a fucking grifting. And she made like £600-700 fucking pound because of all the fucking twats fucking chucking money at her. I watched that video thinking it was legit at first, and I clicked. It was, yeah, you know, anybody from even a blind man could look at them games. I've got bootleg games on my shelf down there, some SNES games, the bootleg, spawn a fucking mile away. She's been collecting games for like 30 fucking years, and I didn't know. Fuck off. Yeah, so these people, they was coming in my chat saying, you bully another channel, yet you didn't like it when them Americans was picking on you. Them Americans was taking the piss out of my health. You know, oh, this guy's got cancer. Hers was about the games, and I didn't even mention her in the video. People just assumed it was her. It was right, but you know, everybody else was telling me, oh, this is about the games, isn't it? With them games, of course it is. And I'll do it again. I'm not bothered. Okay, I'm sick of these grifters using YouTube. Guys, I started watching YouTube over 15 years ago. YouTube when it was normal. People just chucking a video on there because they wanted their mates to see it or whatever. There was none of this fucking grifting, trying to get channel members and fucking make money out of it. That didn't happen. And now everybody wants to be a fucking grifter. Get your money out your fucking pocket. And these twats that pay them, you know, there's a YouTuber, I don't watch him anymore. There's a YouTuber, I was watching fucking Retro Ghetto's list of all his grifters one day, and I spotted a certain channel that I was watching. I'm thinking, nah, he's paying Retro Ghetto a monthly fucking fee, and yet he's got his own channel, and I watched him on his own channel moaning because he can't afford a certain fucking game. I'm like, he's fucking daft. So yeah, I don't care. Yeah, 100%. It's meant to be a hobby, not an income. Yeah, but I get it. Yeah, I'm going to get people coming in the comments saying, yeah, but if people want to pay them, so be it. I get that. But, it's there's people that are vulnerable. There's people that get groomed into it. Oh, I've got to start paying this grifter so they can make more videos. But all you're doing is filling their fucking shelves for them. I cannot 100%, guys. No word of lie. This is all mine. I don't get games sent in to me. I won't have no games sent to me. I grafted for this 30 fucking years of work. This is all mine. Yeah, Casey, sorry. Finally catching a live on a walkie. You should have been here earlier. I had a right twat. Luke Harris, mate. Welcome to the chat. Hi, Kev. Just the argument for me are Xbox One games on this the full game. Some are full games. Some are full games. I played one not long ago that was a full game. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, some are full. The whole game is on the disc. Not all of them. So some of them. Obviously, games like Fortnite, they're subject to forever being upgraded. Games like that, snooker, they're just going to keep getting upgraded. But games as a whole, one game that is done and finished, it's on the disc. Like you being in Big L's stream. Yeah, I love Big L. Big L, when he goes live, I will go into his chat, have a laugh and a chat with him. Yeah, so to be honest, guys, I avoid most. I'm not subscribed to the Gebs channel. I'm not. I don't like all this showcasing stuff what they do. I used to be subscribed to Retro Getter. I'm not subscribed to his channel no more. I just see it as they call themselves what's the name? Content creators? No, whatever. They're just YouTubers, but you call them a YouTuber and they take offence. Well, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a content creator. Fuck off, you're a YouTuber. I don't care. And the best part about it, they all copy off each other as well. You know, they all do the same. Embleton, yes. See, I'm live. Embleton wants me to go live, so I am. There was a couple of people, I can't remember who else, but Embleton, he was one that said, when you're going live next, when you just go live. It was a bit of a mess about it to start with. It took me about half an hour. What kind of non-gaming channels do you like? I'm a big fan of Camping with Steve. I'm a big fan of Charlie Veach. I'm a big fan of Billy's podcast. Can't remember his channel name properly, but I watch them. I watch electronics channels. I watch Mendic Mark. He's an electronics engineer. I watch building channel. The other day I watched a brilliant one where there was in Bosnia, I think. And they built an underground, they kind of like dug a massive hole and built this underground like log cabin. Oh, it was brilliant. Yeah, Billy Moore. Billy Moore is brilliant. I love Billy Moore. Yeah. So yeah, I'm into them. There's a Nottingham lad as well. What's his name? I watch him. I haven't seen many of his videos, but sometimes they pop up. He goes filming around Nottingham, a bit like what Billy Moore and where they go filming. Yeah, underground cabins right up my alley. They're brilliant. I love them. I love them. There's one I'm waiting to watch. Oh, Stoke-on-Trent, Staffordshire. Yeah, I'm Nottingham. Knots Online. I don't really see much. I was watching Knots Online. Expose, yeah, Roger Retro. Expose the grifters for what they are and have fun doing it. Yeah, because I don't give a shit. I will. I see another grifter fucking taking the piss. I don't think none of these games is fake. Please send me your money. I will make a video to mimic. I will take the piss out of them. And then all the twats that come in my comments will just get deleted because I don't give a shit. That MRE channel sounds hilarious. MRE. Yeah, Billy and Charlie. I love Billy and Charlie. They're both contrasting. They're both totally different. Charlie will take the piss out of the crackheads, whereas Billy, he'll support the crackheads. I just love the different contrast between them. Yeah, I love anything, anything to do with engineering. You know, because I've been in engineering myself. I've been an electrician. I've been an electronics engineer. So anything like that, I watch. Kev, what do you think of Halo ODST? Halo. I played Halo Reach. I've got Halo Reach. I've got the thingy down here, the collector's edition. I've got Halo up here as well, up on this top shelf. Kev, you watched the Coder. I have watched him. Yes, I've watched him. He repairs PS5s and consoles. Yeah, I've watched him. He made a mistake once though. Last year, I watched one of. I went into his comments and told him what was he working on. He was working on something. I can't remember all the details, but obviously I can repair consoles. I've done loads of work with. I know all my components, and without thinking properly, he said something about a component which he didn't measure it wrong, but he said it wrong. And I think it was something to do with capacitance on it was a games console. And I said to him, because it's capacitance, not resistance, in his comments. And I was expecting him to be angry at me, like, I was quoting. And yeah, he just come back. He says, "Oh, cheers, mate." He says, "Yeah." He says, "I realised after the video went out." So yeah. Matthew Riley, I've got a YouTube channel as well. Started it about 6 months ago. Got about 56 subscribers and 28,000 views. It's a mix of gaming and different classic films too. Is that your channel's name, Matthew Riley? Because I will have a look and I will I will subscribe. You know, anybody on here, anybody that comes in the chat that's got a channel, I'll subscribe. Just get your numbers if you want your numbers. Me personally, I'm not bothered about it. I don't collect subscribers. That's the other thing as well. I've had people in my chat saying I'm unsubscribing. See you then. Thank you. I'm not in it for the money. I don't need subscriber counts. Right, yeah, Matthew Riley. Yeah, it's got the pink GTA 6 logo. Right. I'll have a look. In fact, I can look now, can't I? I will subscribe, mate, you know. Getting out here and tablet opens up. How does that stand? Oh, no, that's gone daft. I'll go that way. Oh yeah, that's it. Locks in. I'll get this sorted. Now, I can show you once I've thingied onto it. So if I type in Matthew Riley 85, five search. Right, Matthew Riley 85. Just confirm this for me. Is it that top one there? I don't know if you can see that. It's come up with GTA Matthew Riley 85, 56 subscribers. Right, I'm going to click on so that you know I've subscribed. There you go. I've just subscribed to you, mate. And I shall check out your videos. There you go. Just put this away. I don't need that for now. Yeah. I've just missed that one. Someone saying they've always wanted a YouTube channel. When I first started building this room, those that go back, right, I think my YouTube channel was around about 2 years old. I started off thinking electronics repairs. I was repairing 1980s ghetto blasters, stuff like that. A couple of TV repairs, radiograms. And I weren't getting no viewers. Nobody was interested. There was no subscribers. Then I had that cupboard, literally, all these games was in that cupboard. It was literally stock full. And I sat here one night thinking, if I build a games room, and then I can start my YouTube channel as a gaming channel. And yeah, and it's all come from that. But like I say, I'm not in it for the subscriber count. I appreciate everybody that watches my channel. I appreciate everybody that watches my videos. I'm not in it for the subscriber count. I know I'm on 44,000, and I believe a lot of them are bots. I think I got botted up at one point, and they're starting to drop off because I don't follow the guidelines. I don't follow the algorithms. I don't care about algorithms. I don't care about consistency. I'm not in it. I think YouTube as well. I think YouTube favour grifters. Once you're monetized, you're favoured because they can then make money out of you as well. I'm never going to be monetized. I'm not in it for that. This is a hobby until the day I die. And I've said to other people, even if 10, 15, 20 people watch my video and they like it, that's 10, 15, 20 people that are happy that they've watched my video. I don't care about all these thousands of people, so I can rake the money in. Oh, how much have I made this month? Okay. Luke Harris, I miss your electronic repairs. Would you ever go back to doing the odd repair again? I don't know. I've got a PS3 up there, but backward compatible, that needs a good service. I need to take the heat sinks out. I need to replace all the heat sink compound. I need to replace the internal clock battery. Do a couple of tests. But I know for a fact, if I do a video on it, nobody's going to be bothered, or I'll get people in the comments saying, "Who's gaming channel reviewing games?" It's a gaming console, and yet you're still moan. All right, guys, give me 1 minute because I need toilet. I'll switch this microphone off. yeah, so pea break, yes. I've only had 2 cans so far. I've got a pack of, well, I've got 4 in here, two left in there. This is only my second one over tonight, so not done too bad. Kev, have you played Left 4 Dead? Yeah, I completed both of them. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 on the 360. That was years ago as well. Oh, they're brilliant. I love them. People have said, oh, Left 4 Dead. I think they're brilliant. Left 4 Dead, the remake, was it a remake, the one that came out on the PS4? I haven't played that. It's on the shelf. It's still sealed. Mr. Magoon. Yes, mate. Greg. Yeah, Back 4 Blood. That was it, Back 4 Blood. I brought it because it was cheap on the PS4, and I just never got around to thinking that. I used to look at it thinking, I've heard bad reviews. I know I shouldn't judge other people's reviews, but there was that many people saying, oh, it's crap and all this sort, so I just left it on myself. Just never got around to it. That's on the PS4. But the 360 ones, they're brilliant. They're absolutely, 1 and 2. But I might get around to it one day. It might be a day where Crackdown 2. Have you the original Crackdown 2 on the 360 I played? I didn't know there was a remake Crackdown. Is there a remake? I don't know. Oh yeah, World War Z. Yeah, I played that. World War Z is brilliant. Yeah, it's just proper killing mayhem. I loved it. Who is the nicest person or one of the nicest people you have ever met? I know he watches my channel, and it's my brother-in-law, Sean. Yeah, Sean Corrigan is my brother-in-law. He's not married to my sister anymore. They've finished and done with. He's always been like my best mate. We used to work together at some point. We was both electricians. Yeah, and he lives in Norfolk now. He used to live in Nottingham. He now lives in Norfolk, and he still, when he comes to Nottingham, he'll come here. We'll have a chat and a catch up. Yeah, he's one of the nicest people you can meet. I can't wait for John Carpenter's Left 4 Dead game, Toxic Commando. John Carpenter is a main game that he loves it. Speaking of, have you played The Thing? I played The Thing on PS2. I haven't played the remake. I know there is a remake of The Thing. I've not played it. I think there's a remake of Alone in the Dark as well. I haven't played that either, so I need to open this box as well. I forgot. In fact, I'll do that now while I've remembered. I don't want to close the channel down without opening this box, because I don't know what's in it, guys. This box has been in the Narnia cupboard since I've lived here. I moved here around 12 years ago, and I can't for the life of me. It was right at the back of the cupboard, and it's got nothing on it. All it's got is that. That's the only label, and it's got that, and that is it. There's nothing else. I don't know if it's games. I ain't got a clue. All I know is it's been in there since I've lived here. Because when I first moved in here, everything that weren't going to be set up for the living room went straight into that cupboard. Because that cupboard is massive. That cupboard is the same size as my bathroom, which is massive. In fact, that cupboard's big enough, you can get a bed in there, you can get a wardrobe. It could be a bedroom, but there's no window. So you won't be able to, I've got to be careful with this knife going too deep. Oh, that's alright. Right. Ooh. It looks like a new item. So what we're going to do is this. Oh, right, I've just realised what it is. Guys, it's all come back to me now. Let's pull this way. Right. Look at that. That is screw fixings. I know what it is now. Put them in there for now. I'll undo this and I'll be able to show you what it. I hate this stuff as well. This polystyrene. It's everywhere and it sticks to you. It's just around there. Static. It's quite heavy as well, this is. Yeah. This is quite amazing, guys, I swear. Be careful as I do that, but I think it's breakable. I'm not sure. I can't remember what it's made of. Ugh. Getting polystyrene everywhere, it's horrible stuff. Ooh, I don't want to drop it. Put it down there out of the way. Right, guys, this is, yeah, it's breakable. I've got to be careful with it, it's got some weight in it. Check that bad boy. That is a toilet roll holder for your bathroom. He's going on the bathroom wall. He's got fixings there on the back. So, yeah, it's got some weight in it. So what I'll do with this is I'll have to do a video of fixing it. Yeah, so yeah, bog roll holder, guys. Put your bog roll in. That's gorgeous, that is. I remember that. I remember it now. It's made of like a hard pot. Some weight in it. Bones. Bones' dad. Bones' dad, that is. Bones' dad was a bog roll holder. Yeah, it is like a ceramic. Yeah, because my idea was, because you can buy what's called, because I've got a bath, and I've got a shower with a curtain in the bathroom, and you can buy a bathroom horror, like a horror kit. So you get like a toilet seat, you get toilet seat decals, you get bath mats, you get a shower curtain, like a psycho effect, and obviously that will go on the wall. Yeah, I was going to turn my bathroom into like a horror theme. I have thought about that, you know. Yeah, maybe you should attach it near the lounge chair and put a roll on it using for tissue because it's on display in the recording room. Looks very good. Would be a shame to not display. Yeah, because I've always got a runny nose because of the warfarin tablets that I take, so they're permanent. I'm always got to carry it. So yeah, I don't know. I might find a use in here. Put it somewhere. It's heavy though, you know. It's got some weight in it. Look at the detail in his hands and in his face. I think it's amazing. Yeah. What's your favourite slasher horror movie? Right. There's a film I saw years ago and I can't remember what it's called for the life of me. And every time I try and explain it, nobody knows what it is. You've got two young lads in this house, and what they're doing is they make phone calls to lure people to the house. Um, it was years ago when I watched it, and I thought it was brilliant. And I can't remember. A pizza delivery person turns up at some point. It's not Scream. I know it's not Scream. I just can't remember what it's called. I think if somebody said the name, it's not 976 Evil. I think if somebody said the name, basically they make a phone call to the wrong person, and this guy turns it all around. He goes after them. Yeah. So I can't remember what it's called. Is it Don't Hang Up? That sounds familiar. Don't Hang Up. Don't Hang Up. Oh, the main thing I remember is because it was years ago when I watched it. The main thing it's two lads, and they're making these like prank calls. So I need my remote. This TV's about to shut down. I can't have that. Where's the remote for this TV? This TV's weird. It says, this TV's saying to me, it says there was no operation performed for a long time. He won't shut down. I'll click on no. Oh no, why isn't this moving it? I don't even know how to use this TV. Well, that's the cursor on it. It's not. Got a bit of a problem here then. So how do you choose no? This is daft. It's got a cursor unit here. This is remote. I know it's got batteries in it because I don't know why it's doing this to me. Yeah, cheers, Selim. Look from Germany. I don't know what I'm doing with this. That one don't know. There was no operation performed for a long time. my microphone on, yeah. Menu. Why not moving anything? Don't know. It's got batteries in it. It's asking me to shut the TV down. What's that about? I don't understand this. This has gone daft. That has gone daft. No clue. It says there was no operation performed for a long time. Shut down, yes, no, or disabled. But I can't move across. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. If you go to settings, my son gave me this TV years ago. Yeah, Dead Man's Shoes, boss film, brilliant. Dead Man's Shoes, brilliant film that is. Dead Man's Shoes. If you've never seen it, don't know. Dan Bullock, I like the way those aliens there. Yeah, they're amazing now. Or these, you got Alan the alien. I don't understand why this won't move across. It's got a cursor unit there on the remote, but when I press it, the thingy display on the screen won't. I don't know why. Oh, now the telly's got. Let me get the TV back on, see if I can reset it that way. I can't see the chat now because it's gone off. So why not coming back on? It's gone daft. I have to reset it. Bear with me, guys. So I can reset this from this end. All right. Where is oh, it's down here. I'll have to do it this way. I've got an idea of how to get around this. Let's go through this way instead. All right, we're back. Yeah, we're back. Right, I can see the chat again now. Yeah, that was doing me head in. Yeah, I had to reset it from that end because I don't know why. My son gave me that TV. Let me just turn this. Right. I'm not muting as well. This is going daft. I don't know if these batteries are any good, to be fair. It was working earlier because I managed. I'm not sure how many batteries does that take. Can't even open that. I think I've got dodgy batteries. I'm not sure. Let's see if I can get. Right, so in there. See if these make any difference. Right, yeah. No, it's just maybe it just isn't working. Yeah, I think the remote's died. I think this remote is dead. I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it with that one. Yeah, I think something's gone wrong with that remote anyway. And I think This is well, it's all going wrong, guys. Yeah, modern technology. You'll find that tomorrow. Yeah. Well, that one was on that because that thing's just come on charging it. So, but I can't cancel the volume on the TV. That's working now. I've just I've just gone to press mute on the sound on the TV. Yeah. That was weird. Anyway, back to normal. Back to normal. That was weird. Twilight Zone. Bit of a Twilight Zone moment there, guys. Have another can. What time is it? I think about another 15 minutes and then I'm going to go off and I'll jump on the Xbox. Oh, it's nearly midnight. It's getting late, guys. I know it's weekend, but so another 10 minutes and I'm going to shut this down. If you aim the remote at the camera on your phone, yeah, I know you can do that. You'll see the thingy blink. You'll see the sender unit start flashing. Yeah. Because the naked eye can't see that, but yeah, there's a handy tip for people. Point your remote at a camera, you'll see it flash. It was just weird. I just picked up, went to press mute, and it worked. And yeah, I was pressing it for ages, it weren't doing it. It's weird. I say my son gave me that TV a few years ago, and it just sat doing note in storage in the bedroom. And I thought if I set it up there as a monitor, I could read the chat while the camera's, because otherwise I've got no way of reading the chat while the camera's set up. I just can't see that tiny writing. But yeah, 10 minutes and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see if I can think of any ideas for this. Obviously it's meant for the bathroom. It is meant for the bathroom because it's a toilet paper holder, but I don't know. I can't think of another use for it. I mean, I suppose, right, here's an idea. You could take that off and put some games in between his hands, like a stack of games, a certain stack of games, like horror games. What am I going to play on the Xbox? If my sons and my nephews are online, the chances are we're going to jump into some Trivial Pursuit 2. Because we have a right laugh with that. We've all got our headsets on, we're live online, and we just have a right laugh. Yeah, or hang cables from it. I don't know. Yeah, it would be a shame to put it in the bathroom, wouldn't it? Because it's, just for bog paper to hang there. I'm trying to think of a like put it in here somewhere, you know, like the bricks on the fireplace. I could attach it to the bricks on the fireplace, sort of thing. Good idea, or hang cables. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of. I don't, yeah, I forgot all about this. It completely left my mind. So it doesn't matter about it being for the bathroom, if that makes sense. You know, take that off. So his hands are like that, and then I mean that it looks flimsy. That looks like cheap crap. That's I imagine eventually that's just going to break. Yeah. Right, if you imagine it's sat there, right, where it's sat like that is dead level. So you could literally get these. Right, sat, but obviously not that tall because you don't really want to block his face. So maybe PS1 games. PS1 games are shorter because you ideally you want to be able to see his face. PS4 is too big. Drop something. Anyway, yeah, I'll think of something. Like I said, I don't really want to put him in the bathroom because horizontally it would stretch its arms. See, I don't know. Because my idea of thinking is everything has more than one purpose. So even though this is designed for the bathroom to hold toilet paper, doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it's got to be for. So I'm thinking of something to do with games. Yeah, I could literally. So like, say that was made of wood. I could literally make a wooden base for him to sit on. And like I say, put games in his hands. I don't know. Something that I can think about. Because I would rather, because it's nice. I mean, it does look amazing. So I would rather keep him in here, somewhere in here, in this living room. Even if it does go on the wall, it's got wall mount. It's got a wall mount feature on the back to mount him to the wall. I don't know, something to think about over the next few days. Yeah, medieval. I've got both the medieval games on PS1, but they're still in storage. I need to get them out. I could have medieval. I've got Silent Hill on PS1 on the shelf. That's a horror game. I've got D. I've got D. PS1. It's just called D. Letter D. Got it on the shelf. Yeah, I've got Evil Dead. I've got Evil Dead PS1 on the shelf. So I could have all PS1 horror games. Resident Evil. I've got all the Resident Evils on the PS1. Yeah. So yeah, that might be a good idea, you know. So yeah, I've got Silent Hill on the PS1. So yeah, I might just do that. I might just incorporate into old PS1 games. Yeah, put a platform there because I don't want the PS1 games to be above his face. So it'd have to be mounted onto a platform. Yeah. Give me something to think about over the next few days while I'm pondering where to put him. I've just had an idea, and I'm not going to say nothing. I've just had an idea, and I'm not going to say it because it will spoil it for when I do my next video. I've just had an idea with this guy. Yeah. And it does involve PS1 horror games. But my idea is where he's going to go and how he's going to go. I just have an idea, so yeah, I'm going to leave it at that for now. Put him out of the way. Yeah, so anyway, I think I'm going to end the stream there so I can get all this put away. Look forward to seeing what you do with him. Yeah, I've just looked at something and I thought, yeah, so you guys will get to see it in another video. It might not be the next video that I do, but it will, obviously you will get to see it, because it means I've got to find a decent chunk of wood to mount him on. It's got to be good wood. I'm not going to do any old crap wood. So yeah. Yeah, Dan, you have a good one, mate. Enjoy Easter weekend with your family. Make the most of it. Yeah. So guys, I'm going to come around there and I'm going to end the stream. I'm just going to flip this around. Just move this over in a minute so I can get. So I don't know where I am. So yeah. Yeah, you guys, all of you guys, take care. And I need to find a way. How do you stop this? Yeah. Right, guys, I shall catch you all in the next video that I do. Yeah, cheers, guys. See you all later. Bye for now.